what? I could not see, thoughtless, not free. Doctors on the scene with poisonous fists, they call it the vaccine. And if you ain't asleep, you know exactly what I mean. If my mama really knew, she would breach the roof. I just hope she knows the baby only seeks the truth. I learned not to trust the system or the institute, and I feel I need to get that knowledge into you. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. In school I was taught lessons, a young truther asking questions, while all these other motherfuckers guessing. Elementary just wasn't meant for me. Y'all keep your fake history, the shit is not a mystery. That it's all lies, and if all lies would open wide and see in 2020 vision be nowhere to hide. It's so clear as a clear blue sky that we never see anymore, just trails pass by. And remember the conspiracy theorist said it's a lie. They're spraying chemicals in the air, but you still deny. So how can I get you to see anything if you're blind? Like the moon landing's fake, NASA lies all the time, and government officials are just the elite puppets. I'ma probably get murdered for saying all the shit, fuck it. Tired of this world anyway, getting bleaker by the day. Sheep will keep sleeping, truth seeker, I'm away. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, way too. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, all of NASA's pictures of Earth are fake. They're all fake. Yeah, I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. We can't get to the moon today, never mind 60 years ago. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first. Unfortunately,
because of you, we're in this mess. Forever you will acquiesce. How you love to be deceived. Whatever they tell you, you believe. Dead of sight, dead of mind, news believer, you are blind. Critical thinker, you are not. Never independent thought. Busting through your paradigm. Hypnotized with pantomime. Regurgitating all you hear. Spread your terror, spread your fear. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the keys know your very soul. Tune to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Inject your poison where your mask. All they have to do is ask. Never questioning authority, blindly following like sheep. Yes or no, sir, free backs full. You television watching fool. Yeah. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Let the brood of tyranny begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, let me know your very soul. Tune into the great receiver. Television watching news believer.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. Extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
In their world forever locked, into their world forever boxed. Reality you leave behind, a prisoner of your own mind. Forever you will be deceived, never ever to be free. Yeah. Never your mind to be free, never your eyes will ever see. Let the brood of tyranny begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, let me know your very soul. Tune into the great receiver. Television watching news believer. Never your mind to be free, never your eyes will ever see. Let the brood of tyranny begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, let me know your very soul. Tune into the great receiver. Television watching news believer.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. I have a little bit of a delay here on Rockfin, I'm noticing, but we have a few people here in the house with us right now. Not too many people chatting, but I think I've seen about 10 people here so far. So welcome, everybody. I have two special guests with me today. Bounce back over here. I'm bouncing between screens. I have Shepu from Mountains Are Melted Brick Buildings. And I also have, welcome. I also have Mark Gollott with us today as well, which is a welcome surprise. So guys, how's it going today? What's going on?
Nice day. Nice snow day here. Really cold. But
where are you at exactly, Shepu?
I'm close to Ottawa, Canada.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know you were up that north. I thought you were in the lower states for some reason on the East Coast. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of snow. Snowed about 5 centimeters last night. So
yeah, we've been actually having unseasonably mild December, I must say. It's been like 65, like right 70 and stuff. How you doing, Mark?
Great. Great to be on. Great to be on with you, Shepu. It's awesome. I've been counting the days when you got some service or you can get on the stream, man.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. And thank you, Jen, for letting me hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. I was so excited when he finally contacted me and said he had internet. I'm like, yes, let's do it right now. And here we are.
A year.
So, is this your first show, Shepu? Have you been on any other shows? Is this your first one?
No, my first time live.
So you are a virgin.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. Not after today. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and Facebook, the group that you have, which I'm actually a moderator in. Thank you so much for making me a mod there.
Yeah, and
And
Marcus.
yeah, we've come a long way since you started it. There's just thousands of us now in there.
Yeah, it's gone crazy.
So tell us how you started the page, how you got into the melted building stuff, what caught your eye, what did it for you, what was that aha moment, and how does the world look to you now with your new perception?
Well, mountains and geology and history always was something I was interested in, and I've been looking into this a long time. And I always go out in nature, walking and looking around and seeing these formations of rocks and bricks everywhere. I was wondering, what is that? And it's a lifelong journey, of truth and all of this. But for mountain buildings, I when was the first time I realized when I collect a lot of pictures, pictures of sceneries and
Oh, you have amazing pictures. You do.
yeah, I've been doing it since ever internet existed. I found like mountains was always something that interested me, and geology, archaeology. But when you find out that archaeology is all controlled and geology is not what they say, then you ask a lot of questions. So
Yep.
what I did, and look around that mountains, a lot of them are called like Castle Rock or Cathedral Mountain. Why are they calling this? It doesn't look like cathedral, but if you look deeper, well, it kind of looked like a cathedral or something like that. So we all know Jerry. I followed him since Subphotonic.
Yeah.
He was doing a free energy video. Those were pretty nice with towers to the dome, and it was nice. And then he started talking about like mountains were titans and stuff like that. I really didn't really believe in this, So I've written a comment on one of his videos. And I said, to me, it doesn't look like it was a being. It looks more like it was some kind of building because of the name they gave to them. And then I couldn't find any more his channel.
Oh boy, you were blocked.
Taken down, or he blocked me.
I think you got blocked.
I know he blocked me. But and then we found him like maybe 6 months or maybe less, and his new channel, he was talking about, these are probably melted buildings. Oh yeah, nice.
Titan assholes.
Someone's talking about it. Okay, that's nice. So he wanted to make a documentary, and he asked people to share some pictures, and I had a lot of pictures, and I found like bricks everywhere. So I tried to send him things and never had an answer back. Tried to go on his Facebook page, tried to send him some shit, never could. So one day I decided to make this Facebook group so I can post my own pictures. And that's how it's all started from there. And then Mark joined like the third one that joined the group, and he was posting some pictures, and it got up from there.
It took off. How many subscribers to the Facebook page do we have now? Last I looked, it was like 16,000 or something.
It's at 18 now.
18 now? Yeah, it's growing quick. I'm always improving people.
Really growing quick, yeah.
I had one guy get smart with me in a comment. I'm like, I'm an admin here. I probably approved your ass. I can kick your ass out if I want.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so, and Mark, I have to tell you, I didn't realize you were into the melted building thing for 3 years. Because, I just assumed you were kind of new to it. I don't know why I assumed that, and I apologize. But 3 years, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was closet until Shepu made that the group. This it was probably January from 19 on. That's when I watched the Amazing Places on Our Planet playing. And because I turned, like you said, I saw Jerry just for a second, and I was watching all that other stuff too, and I just got mad, and I just shut everything off, and I found that. And so it's been since then, that winter of 18 into 19 is when I realized. And then, that's been 3 years now. And then, then I started just looking around too and doing some boots, but I didn't ever video anything, or I took a few pictures. And then I watched Spartan Red and Yoakum, their channels, and not much of Jerry. I couldn't. And then those two, and I guess that was it. And I don't know why I never saw your channel. I have no idea, because I was doing the flat earth thing and all that too way before that, and I just didn't realize, I guess. And somehow I think I saw you, Jen, one of your channels, and I think that's how somehow it linked me, excuse me, to Shepu's mountain group, and it popped up, and I was like, holy shit, what is this, and
an
that
outlet.
And because I was closet, there's just a couple of people doing it, or 3, whatever, and publicly. Good grief. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Had a peanut in my throat or something. So it was February 1st, I believe, is when I saw your group, Shepu, and I was like, holy shit, so I joined it, and like you said, I think I was like the 12th person or something, maybe. It was less. Maybe less, yeah. Maybe it was after I joined, there was a couple more people, but it was like 3 more months, and there were still only like maybe 100 people in it or something. Well, April or something, and then it started, pumping up. But like when I joined, I started really doing the boots, and because of you, basically, and just throwing that stuff on there, because it had already been about a year, I guess, or so, knowing the melted buildings, and then it was, and I saw all your pictures, I'm like, who's this guy?
He's got amazing stuff.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you've been putting all these great pictures.
I love it when he does a photo bomb and he puts like 70 pictures up at a time. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like eye candy everywhere.
I'm like, I don't have to find anything on YouTube now. I just look at Shepu stuff,
Yeah.
and so thank you for that, man, Shepu. I love how you created it, how it ran, and you just spend so much time, even though you said you didn't have much internet service and all that, and it just grew me, and that made me that, and then Spartan and everything, but it made me create a channel too, and then put the boots on it, and I just want to thank you, Shepu, for everything. And I remember the first time I want to tell you, you asked for a moderator. You're like, hey, there was only like 100, maybe 200 people in it, and Jen was in it, and you asked, who, if anybody wants to be a moderator, and I was still like, I'm not going to do anything public right now, and then Jen was a moderator. And then I think it was about a month later or 2. It wasn't long. I got the moderator queue thing or whatever, and I was like, oh hell yeah. So
you were posting so much stuff that you should be a moderator,
Yeah,
I wasn't used to. I didn't know what a moderator was. I've never been in a group of Facebook, because I didn't really do any Facebook. So
me neither. I never used Facebook like I use it since everything started, the pandemic, and I had to tell people that this is just bullshit,
Yeah, that's what started it to for me too, to get a channel and everything. Well, once that hit, I was like, screw this. I'm like, I'm posting everything. I'm, truth. I got fed up with it. So again, thank you, man. It's great to be here with you.
It's my Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
And Jen, I've been following you for 2-3 years. I can't remember.
The original channel, the first channel I had.
Yeah. The first channel you had. I found you from Brian.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. And who's this girl? She knows stuff. So I have to find you and follow you. And wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing journey, this whole awakening. Of course, I started off with the tree stumps and the ancient trees and giant trees and stuff. And then I moved into, some of it kind of looks like sleeping giants. I could see some of the, but I never really I was more intrigued with the giant tree theory, and I could see some of it some places. And then so I kind of moved away from the Titan thing. I was like, oh yeah, I can kind of see that here and there. Maybe it's a side of a face, laying down or something on a mountain. The mountain is the Titan, but I never really delved into it. But the tree thing had me going. I even made a few videos about the tree stuff, and that I thought were compelling evidences here and there. And I actually got to say, up on Chiha, if you come up with me, Mark, and we go to Mount Chiha, or the building known as Mount Chiha, I should say, there's actually petrified giant wood up there. I found it in a few different places. Yeah. And so, I mean, it makes sense if there was giant buildings that there could have been giant vegetation, giant trees. I theorized that these buildings were so massive and interconnected that people never actually even went down to ground level, that there was vegetation and trees on different levels of these buildings, and people just lived up and down and within all this stuff. They didn't have to go down to the ground, the farm and all. There was probably whole levels of, trees and orchards and stuff like that. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there, but it would make sense if the buildings were that massive. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think there was big, good gracious, big trees and stuff too.
It's okay. Maybe it's allergies because it's been so mild. It could be something floating around in the air.
I got some dry stuff in the back of my throat. But anyway, like we were saying, I think everything was huge, and then obviously going to have bigger stuff, and I personally think that there are vegetation trees, or at least trees that are here that went through the event. The ones they say, oh, these are 5,000 years old. These are, they were here and they're damaged, and they're. Who knows how far down they went, whatever. And to me, it looks like some of them are the tops of whatever that was. They got covered up with melt and everything. Just like the, was it blood dragon trees there? I think they said they're 5,000 years old or whatever. And they can't reproduce them. They say that they take whatever from the tree, and then they go to the lab. And then if they can get it to, which is like 0% chance almost, to sprout or whatever, or germinate, it won't grow. So
interesting. And now, are those the ones that bleed like a blood color, or they have red sap that comes out? Yeah, those things are strange, very strange.
Yeah, and they have like holes in them, and they're all different, and it looks like they've been, heat damaged, and it looks like they've been through something, and that's a clue when they say it's like whatever thousands of years old. I mean, they were just here.
Thousands of years. But I don't think I've seen any of these trees you're talking about.
Yeah,
what are they called?
I think it's in Yemen. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, they're kind of limited to a certain area. I forget where it is, but what are they called again? Dragon blood trees?
I think they're blood dragon trees, or dragon trees. I think so.
Yeah, look those up, Shepu, and you can see that when they cut them, if they get cut, they have it looks like blood that comes out of them. It's crazy.
The sap is red color.
Oh yeah, it's more than red. It's literally looks like blood. It's very
the
strange.
outside of them are like tannish or whatever, I think, and then the inside of it, and there'll be holes in them. Some not whole holes, but like divoted out, and they'll be like red, and then some of them will like drip it. They're weird, and it's only to that area.
Well,
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can bring them up here on screen here. Dragon blood trees, is that what they said they are?
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
Dragon blood trees.
I have a few
All right,
pictures
we'll see what
of
we
them.
come up with.
I started to do something with it, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I think I got it. All right, let me share this. Get these images to come up. I'll go into a screen share. Screen share. Here we go. Everything's taking a little second to load for me, but we'll get there. So here we go.
Of course, they're growing right out of rock, most of them. Supposed
Yep,
rock.
so here they are. Yeah, this just growing right out of the rock. You're right. And here you could see when they cut these things, they have a sap that's, it looks like blood comes out of it. Can you see that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And look, you can see right here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of sparse, and they're growing right out of, nothing here. I mean, there's nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they
some kind of
very
cedar
strange.
too. When you cut cedar, sometimes it's not that red, but
so maybe these are survivors from the old world, these types of trees. It also reminds me of, when they supposedly did the seals back in medieval times, they would seal a letter shut with that red kind of, like Play-Doh looking stuff or whatever, silly putty. Maybe this red stuff kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if they use this.
Wax.
Yeah, that waxy stuff.
Yeah.
That red waxy stuff. I don't know if this is it or not, but it does remind me of it.
Yep, and they're
very strange looking. They almost look
pretty interesting.
They look alien, like some alien thing you would see on some planet that doesn't exist. You know what I just watched last night, guys? What happened to Mark? Did he dip out? I don't know. Is he still there? Mark?
Am I out?
No, you're good.
I don't know. Your screen. Okay, there you are. Your screen went black for a second.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. You're here. It lagged out, and then you went black for a second on my end. I don't know if it happened on everybody else's or not. So yeah, they could be left over from the X Factor event. Yeah, you're here. Can you hear me okay? Are you there?
I don't think he can hear us.
Mark? Yeah. All right, let me take him out. Mark, I'm going to take you out, and then I'm going to bring you back in, okay? Okay. All right, let me just straighten this out. Sometimes we get a little glitchy here when we have more than one screen open, and Rockfin's a little temperamental. Hey, Mark, can you hear us now?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
better.
Very good, very good. So, so the new topic is the ice wall and crystallized flash frozen types of buildings around the Antarctic area. And we were just discussing this pre-show, some theories on the ice wall and what may have caused this said ice around the ice wall. Is this a product of the X Factor event itself and the great cool off that took place after the cooling event that took place after the extreme heat event had some kind of a ripple effect that ended up around the perimeter of our plane, our enclosed plane, it would seem. Or is the ice fabrication, and maybe there isn't ice? Maybe there's only certain parts that are ice, and they have us believing it's all ice, and that's the way they want us to look at this area. Even from a flat Earth perspective, is that the whole thing surrounding us is ice. And I'm kind of questioning that, because there's some ancient maps that we're going to take a look at here in a minute that show Antarctica surrounding us with openings all the way around, ice free. These are land masses for sure, which is actually building masses. Let's just say what it is. They're buildings that have melted. But maybe there's a lot more evidences there that they can't deny, and they want us just to believe that this is all covered with ice. Or another possibility, and we can run with this one, they've created ice in that area to keep us from seeing what's really there. If they have that type of technology to do that type of stuff. I don't think they have that much ability, but what do you guys think? What's your theories on this?
I do think they manipulate the weather, obviously, and who knows what they're doing as far as that is concerned. But another thing, the Antarctica, it's really cold. For their summer, I think it only lasts a couple months or so, or 3 months, whatever, and it gets, I've seen people in shorts and shirts, old pictures like on the ice shelf or whatever. So It's not that cold then. They only get two inches of precipitation per year. It's on the end. They say towards the inland, it's like hardly anything. And then towards the shores or whatever islands, it's towards 2 inches or whatever. Then the northern Atlantic, like Greenland, it's only 5 inches of precipitation per year, and it's way warmer. And the whole melting thing, yes, there's ice, there's snow, not much snow, but and to me, like a cave or a mine, and you still have the irrigation going through the buildings, and it's dripping or whatever. So then you go to a supposed ice cave, the blue ice and the green, and I just learned the green ice, they say, is because the algae is feeding on it. Why is that happening? So when you're seeing it dripping or whatever, and then under the glaciers you'll see the water coming out or whatever, it's not melting. It just stays there. And I'm not saying it's not 100% not melting, and there's not some ice in it. I mean, anything you make cold, if it's got water in it, which everything's got water in it, it's going to freeze. And especially when it gets real cold, it makes stuff brittle. It makes anything brittle. I've been through that because I've been in freezers and stuff. Anyway, so it makes sense of why it's breaking off like that. And when they break off, you're not seeing anything but like blue ice or whatever, it just disintegrates sometimes and just floats around. But I have thought, somebody asked me, of course, I've been called a lot of stuff since I put this out. We all have thick skin by now, and I knew that, and I hesitated about it for a couple months. But what was I talking about?
The ice and the plumbing and
coming out with this. Right. So, you've got all that going on, and it's brittle and it breaks, and you see, it's obviously not ice and stuff on top of rock or building, because there's not, we can't see anything. So how is that forming in the middle of out of nothing? You've got all these archways, and we see the same thing at least, and they're just out in the middle of nowhere in the water, and then you'll have a mountain or whatever, so-called mountain in the background, and there's no.
Well, you see that in one of your pictures, I think you were showing Ireland or Scotland coastline, where it's just a shelf of cliffs, and it looks identical to the ice shelf, just without ice. So I mean, it could very well cover it, huh?
Almost identical. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you put like 10, 20 feet of ice over top of that, it would look just like the same shape of whatever it's laying over. It's just say 10, 20 feet thicker. Who knows how thick it could be, this ice shelf. what I'm questioning is how much of the ice shelf's actually there and how far it extends around our plane of existence here.
Yeah.
And then how does the dome factor into this ice, and how far does that go in? Does the dome actually even come down as far as we think it does and actually cut us off from whatever's on the other side of this said dome? Because like I said, we're going to look at a couple of screenshots of a map from the 1600s where they show the Antarctic ring around us with all kinds of cities and names and stuff all over it. And it's ice free. The whole thing's ice free. And there's lots of openings. So it's very interesting why they definitely don't want us anywhere near the supposed ice shelf. You know what I mean? Because maybe it's not ice. Maybe only a part of it is, or maybe the pictures that they're showing us is what they're telling us is Antarctica, and it's a big ice shelf, and it's impossible. And then once you get up there on top of it, well, you're going to walk 2,000 miles into nothing of frozen wasteland. I mean, who's going to want to go do that, right? Mm-hmm. So it all seems to be like some sort of a deterrent. So I'm going to bring up these pictures, Mark, because I'm really interested to see what you think of it with this kind of theory I'm bouncing off with you here of is the ice wall real? And if it is real, does it even extend as far as they say it does around our plane? Can you see the screen share up on the screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. Hopefully I can. Okay, so here he's pointing out part of this map. And you could see the ring of landmass here going around. Let me see if I can bring it in just a little bit more and go up a little. Okay, sorry about this. It's an email, and I'm not used to zooming in on this stuff with email. So it's a little strange here, what I'm doing, trying to get it to focus. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, so on this one right here, this curved rectangular long one here, all these little dots and stuff you see here are little cities and stuff, and like little towns and everything. And you can also see that on this one down here. And there's actually more out here that they've cut off out of the map. Mm-hmm. But you can see here that there's a clear opening here. This is just one of the openings. There's actually many. And so let me go to this next picture. I only took 2 screenshots of this. But here's going around a little bit further. Now, one of them looks a little whitish looking. Like I would say this one here looks like it might be covered with ice. But this one here's green. Look at it. It's all green. And there's another opening right here, another one. The other one was down here further on the last screen share. And this one's right here. And again, there's more land masses even past this barrier ring. There's another one. Well, hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to scroll in so much on it there. But there is another one in the, oh, geez. There's another one back here up top that you can see peeking out once you get through this straight right here. That there's another landmass up in here. So, I mean, maybe what they're showing us as Antarctica, maybe it could only be this one piece that's frozen in ice or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to tell you, I know that this map you can go, it's called Urbano Monte map.
Yes.
And if you just search it, you can have it like full HD quality. You can zoom in and read everything that is written on it.
I need to get this map. Yes.
What's it
now
called?
Look right here. It says the King of Poland right here. There's a king right here on the side, and he's King of Poland. It owns one of these land masses over here.
You can read all of this, but it's only online. You cannot download this map. It's only online. It's called Urbano. Urbano.
Yeah. Okay.
Urbano.
All right, so Shepu, you're going to have to text that to me because I know I won't remember what that is. But I definitely want to get the whole map because he showed parts of his map that he had downloaded. He had the same thing you're talking about. And he even said you can zoom in and read all this stuff. A lot of it's in maybe kind of like Italian or something else, but you can make out most of it.
Yeah, it's Latin.
Okay, Latin, right. So I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, when you look at it all the way around, there's all kinds of openings everywhere.
I
So
studied this map because you needed to be online.
yeah. Once I get it downloaded, I'm going to do a whole stream on it, I think. And if you guys want to come on and help me break it down when I get it downloaded, because we could, maybe some of the stuff I can't read, you can read, or Mark can read, because
Latin is really close to French, mixed with English and a little Spanish. So.
Yeah, we need to break that map down because I was blown away when I saw that. And then I had just come upon your work, Mark, on the frozen buildings and stuff, and I just started thinking, like, so if there was an X Factor event and the people inside the circle of the ring got fried, the circuit got fried in there, but maybe on the outside of the ring it only extended out so far, and they didn't get affected on the outside, and they're more advanced than us. I think that the people, remember when they said we started dropping bombs, or not dropping bombs, we started shooting bombs up at the dome to try to see Operation Fishbowl. Mm-hmm. Supposedly aliens had contacted them and said, hey, look, you can't be dropping these bombs. Like, this is no bueno, right? Like, well, they tried to make it like they're the Octorians or something, But really, it's the people outside of our ice ring who are more technologically advanced than us, who probably have these flying anti-density craft that flew in and flew over the White House and stuff. You know what I mean? Or these are probably some of the stuff that we're seeing today. Maybe these balls of light that they're flying around in, energy balls or something like that. Clearly, whatever it is, isn't coming from space. It has to be coming from beyond our plane, our realm. And if that's the case, then somebody can get in and out of here. The dome only goes down so far. Maybe it goes down further in certain locations to support the dome in certain areas, but there's got to be openings. Now, why did John Kerry go down the fucking Antarctica during that election in 2016 when Hillary lost? He was down there. The Greek Orthodox or Russian Orthodox priest guy from Russia, whatever his name is, he went down there.
Even
a few other dignitaries. Huh?
Even celebrities go there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? What are they going there for? And if you remember the Germans, I think in World War II, some of them escaped to Antarctica. And the message that was sent back was, we have friends here. And that was the last they heard of that one German sub. That German sub, they say, made it through the ice wall. They say they went under the ice or something. They didn't go under the ice. They went right through one of those openings. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now certain times of the year, it seems to be more treacherous than others. The seas get really, crazy in between these certain sea areas and breaks in the land. Maybe it has to do something with the ley lines of our toroidal field plane that we're on that gives the waters more turbulence in these areas, supposedly also around Cape Horn in Africa. Right around there towards Antarctica is very treacherous as well, but that's also right near one of the openings. I think that's why the seas are so rough right there.
Yeah, South America too, right? I think.
Yeah. Is Cape Horn in South America or Africa? South Africa.
I think that's Africa. I'm just saying. I think the tip of South America too is treacherous.
Yeah, it's very treacherous down there because there's openings there, and I think that's what it is there's this flux in the water of and this could explain both two suns as well. I want to put this out because one of the maps had shown. Now they said it was some cartoonish type map from some, I don't know, comic book or something, but it did show more suns on the outside of our ring of existence here, where we have a sun and a moon, that there was suns and moons outside. And we've seen that people have shown on video, like even in Russia and stuff, a second sun. If our sun's coming around our dialectic plane of inertia here, and there's another sun over here that's going around the outer ring, eventually these two suns are going to get near each other. It's inevitable. And I think this is when we start to hear periodically through the years of people seeing two suns and stuff. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos of. I even posted a compilation of people filming those two suns. It's like a 30 minutes video of people showing two sun, and it's not lens reflection, and you can actually see that there's two light source. Mm-hmm. And I've seen even the test that I don't know what's his name again, Chris Van Metre did with the Bob from Globebusters and with his telescope.
Mm-hmm.
And he put those filters to block out the first light, and you can still see the other sun, but one is blocked, and it's really fascinating.
Well, if it's as large, if our plane extends out further, there has to be other suns. If there's green vegetation and life and all this stuff, there would have to be other suns. Now, if these suns have to have an opposite to it, like positive and negative, this is what our suns are, electromagnetics and stuff. Being that this whole thing is an electromagnetic system, and that these are actually components, where you look at them as like, so there isn't no second sun out in space. Like Nibiru is not coming and it's behind the sun. But you can see now how that was a false narrative to explain away this second sun. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's there. They know how to get through, and they want us to think that there's, okay, well, the Earth's flat. Well, there's a barrier and it goes down and you can't get past it, and it's like, so even though we come out with these truths little by little, they always seem to try to put a little barrier on it for us. So we don't go any further. We don't look any further, but I'm really starting to look beyond this ice wall, or this supposed ice wall, or whatever's going on down there, because literally none of us have actually ever seen this ice wall. We've only really seen pictures of it.
Yeah.
So there's that, right?
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even the video you find is not, they don't go on the ice wall and then go towards, say the dome or whatever. It's hard to prove anything really, unless I get so upset too because I can't touch it.
And any pictures you get from the government saying like, well, here's, Spain's Antarctic base, and here's America's Antarctic base. And they show you these little pictures of little things set up in the snow on the side of a snow-covered mountain. That could be anywhere, guys. That could be Iceland, or, you know what I mean? Look where Mars is. Mars is in the middle of Iceland somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just watched the movie Red Planet. I don't know if you guys remember that. Red Planet with Val Kilmer back in the day. It was called Red Planet. And of course, there's just melted buildings all over Mars because Mars doesn't exist. Right. And it's somehow miraculously they can breathe on Mars.
Yes.
But I don't even know where I was just going with that. I lost my train of thought.
They speak about these planets, Mars, and it's all related to these ancient deities, the Romans and the Greeks. The controllers go by these things. And when you talk about Mars, like the god of war, the god of all those things, Mars, they all have their own properties. And when they actually mention these things, maybe it's just like a message to tell that we're gonna go to Mars, we're gonna go to war soon, or something like this, because we know that space is not really what they told us.
Let's think this thing through. What caused the X Factor event? Some of us speculate that it could have been sabotage. If it was sabotage, that would lead you to speculate that there was a war. Well, who would the interiors be at war with? Okay, they could have been at war with themselves. Well, somehow the people on the outside of our interior survived. Could it possibly be that the people that were on the outside of our interior were at war with us? And maybe there was a great war and they shut down our system in here. And whoever was left was just scattered to the wind. And they just really didn't bother with us anymore after that. Or they just really restricted any type of, because the interior could have been corrupted in some way and didn't mesh with the exterior people anymore. I mean, clearly they had to have known about each other. It would seem that there's the same type of buildings on the outside of the barrier, of buildings and stuff, or type of stuff that is on the inside. So it had to be kind of like the same type of cultures and stuff, right? So I don't know. I'm just trying to think what caused this X Factor event. How did they make out okay, and then here it got fried?
Maybe we went there and disrupt their peaceful civilization, and they
shut us down. Maybe I don't know. But
did you ever hear about the Olaf Jensen story?
Yes.
The Smoky God.
Yes.
Yeah, it's incredible. If it's true,
Well, the Iron Republic is really interesting, and that's the one that I was just listening to the other day. And when they took their journey from New York down to South Africa, South America, and went through an opening down there in South America, that part there, it took him about 7 months altogether to complete this journey. Of course, he started out in New York, so that's why it took so long. But if he would have started out in South America, he would have got there a lot sooner. But anyway, he said when he rolled up on this city, when their ship came up on it, it was silent. They didn't hear anything. They didn't hear any click clack of horses and their horseshoes, any stuff that you would hear, like say in the 1800s when you're pulling into port. It was a well lit city, but very silent. There was no noise because they were driving cars with rubber wheels, and apparently they were like Tesla cars because they didn't have there was no engines and stuff. There was silence. And they were very modern, and they had, so it kind of sounds like back in the 1800s, if this Iron Realm story is true, that these people, once he came upon them back then, were already where we are now today. Now, that was over 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. So where are they at now? You know what I mean? They're way advanced. And we always talk about how these people are 100 years more advanced than us and stuff. Yeah. So I was just kind of just connecting some dots here and everything, because who are the controllers? Who's really controlling this realm? Why do we have people of supposed important stature going down to the ice wall, supposedly, at very strange intervals? Who are they meeting with down there? It's not the penguins, clearly. Yeah. A lot to think about.
Supposed to be protecting the penguins.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very strange.
It's weird, Jen. I mean, yeah, they all go there. Every one of them, all the presidents, everybody, like you said. And I'm just like, why does everybody go down there? It's obvious they're doing something, or meeting somebody, or being shown something. I don't know, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because with my theory, because that has to fit in somewhere. Why would they go down there? Why would they? What's down there that's so important that important people have to go there? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and then it's like, okay, there's people beyond the ice wall. Who are these people? What do they want? And why are they so advanced? And the reason I feel like they're so advanced is because they weren't affected by the X Factor event. They didn't have no disruption like we did. You see what I'm saying? This is why we're so behind everything. We're, or they look at us like children, still learning and stuff like that, where they're living a whole different type of level of existence where with their culture and narratives and stuff like that. So if you haven't read the Iron Republic, or I think I might have said Iron Realm at first, Iron Republic, it's a really good read, or if you listen to the audiobook, it's very descriptive of his whole journey there and what they had to go through and the people they meet when they're there. Apparently there was a few other people that had made it through and got there as well, never made it back. And people always thought something happened to them because they never came back to tell their story. But he found these few people that did make it there were already living there for quite some time. From our realm that made it there. I haven't finished the story out yet, and also I want to get into the Admiral Byrd Beyond the Poles and stuff. There's a lot of nuggets there. Of course, it's mixed with a lot of other stuff. They only want so much of the information to get out, and they don't want us to piece it all together. But I definitely feel like this X Factor event has to play into this somehow. It has to connect.
Definitely.
Yeah. I was working on some video. I've compiled just one place, a lot of pictures to try to pinpoint the difference between the coastline there and see how the melt change, or if erosion really is real. And I found out something really disturbing in the 1800s photo. Maybe I'll show it later.
Yeah.
They you can see that there's a big wall of on the coast, and one picture you see like in the 1800s, two big battleships far on the sea, and then the next picture, the wall is not there anymore, it's all destroyed, the battleship are leaving, and people are just all around the beach looking at what the fuck happened.
Yeah, and also Admiral Byrd has a story of when he was there and they got attacked by flying saucers or something like that.
Yeah,
remember?
Mhm.
So
yeah.
clearly, these people don't want
Not-
much to do with us. You know what I'm saying? And they must understand that we have ill intent and destructive intentions and stuff, or only one-sided intentions would be for us to exploit anything that's beyond our barriers. And clearly they don't want us getting out. And I feel like they are. Do you guys remember that video, the black and white video of the craft flying over the White House? It's at night and they're shining lights up at it, and there's like about 4 or 5 different ships flying in formation going over the White House. I think that's them. That was them.
We have the same thing here over Ottawa Parliament. Same lights, same. I don't know,
Yeah. Well, since there's no up, there's got to be out. So there is outer space, guys, but it goes that way. It doesn't go that way. And we need to start thinking outside the circle, not the box, outside the circle.
I don't know if you've ever seen the map. It's a map of the world, but it's encaged in a enclosure. There's a fence all around it, and they have 2 people standing outside of the fence, and it's in French. It's just telling you this is the new way of gardening. What are they gardening inside the fence? I will show it later too, if you want to see it. It's really
absolutely. Yeah.
I think I've seen that. Maybe
I've never seen that. How can you garden in a frozen wasteland?
No, but yeah. He's on the outside of our realm,
So these people have an agreement with the people who are here in the elite family bloodlines or whatever, they're connected to them, whatever, to keep us under control in here and to not let us get too out of whack, I guess, and not explore out too far or whatever. It's very strange, but I definitely starting to see the big picture now, factoring in this X Factor event and the whole thing that happened. It's starting to bring out the why it happened and who's responsible, because we've all seemed to have speculated that it could have been some type of sabotage, and sabotage, you have that during wartime usually.
Yeah.
But by seeing a lot of old world etching and paintings, and you always see these maybe monarchs or something, they all dress in beautiful clothes, and they given people like technologies or buildings. We're giving you buildings, we're giving you like weapons, we're giving you clothes, even clothes, and
yeah, that's something that I noticed after the X Factor event, when it seems like people started repopulating and stuff. Everybody had plenty of clothes and everything. It's like, who's making all this stuff? Where's all your, like what?
Yeah, and they're all wearing the same thing, same top hats, same everything. Really, it's weird.
Everything.
Yeah.
Now we know, like, if there's other lands, they could have very easily put a bunch of people on safe land that wouldn't be affected by the X Factor or the event that took place that knocked us back into the proverbial Stone Age, you might say, because that's literally what it did. Whatever was going on in here, they took whatever they had and they shot it with such a current that it fried everything and knocked whatever was going on in here right out of whack and melted stuff and melted a lot of the inhabitants. I think, what could be these catacombs? Was that part of the cleanup? You know what I mean? What did they just stacked all these long bones and skulls? I mean, and there's catacombs everywhere you go. There's even catacombs under Washington, D.C. Somebody was doing a lot of cleanup work.
Oh, yeah. And then all the technology that was left, I mean, they've gotten rid of all of it too.
Yeah.
So we're just digressing.
Exactly.
Did you ever heard about the Hulk prison ships?
No.
These are the biggest ships ever made. You can't even there's none around anymore, but you can see them in old paintings and they have no sails. These big ships, they can hold maybe 2,000 people in them, and they don't have sails. How do they move?
What are they called?
Yeah, I've seen them from you. Yeah.
Like Hulk, like the big green guy, Hulk prison ships. Really hard to find.
Hulk.
I've listened to a video about the UAP, and he made a video of ships, 2 hours. He never mentioned once a Hulk ships. And I messaged him, you should look at this because it's really interesting.
All right, I'm bringing it up.
Just has poles coming up from it, doesn't it, Shepu? Or does it have anything coming up? Yeah.
I got it.
Only poles, and you see only clotheslines around it. What people are drying their clothes on these things?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I think it's mixed with how does it called? St. Elmo's fire. You know what it's St.
Oh,
Elmo's
that's what
fire?
powered this thing, is what you're saying? St. Elmo's fire?
I don't know. Because
look at this. It looks like an ark.
Ark. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I know.
What? Dude. Maybe there was no ark. Maybe these are the arks. Dude.
They had like rows of ships of these. How many woods do you think it takes?
Look at how big it is compared to all the other ships. Dude, this is massive.
This is massive. Really massive.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is all new to me.
Just today, I was talking to a friend and it's, what are these ships made of?
Look at the inside of this one. It looks like the Titanic or something. Look.
Yeah, and they say it was to move prisoners. It's to move prisoners. What? How many prisoners do you have?
Right? Dude, this is like it's the size of a cruise ship or something.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at these, yes, I've seen you probably showed them or something on the group. Huge. I mean, they have like cities on top of these boats almost. There's like buildings on top of the boats.
Yeah. The Chinese ones have cities on top of these. Yeah.
Massive.
The Chinese have them too? We have to look up the Chinese ones. What are they called? Look up Chinese prison ships or something? What?
No, I don't. The Chinese don't use them for prison ships.
Oh.
Look at this.
Look at all these. There's like shit. Look at, there's thousands of them. I mean, there would be thousands of people, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,000 people here.
None of them have sails.
And none of them have sails.
Mm-hmm. How are they getting around?
I don't know.
Where'd they get these prisoners from?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at this one. Not a sail. There's no sails. That
is so strange.
Yeah. And they say they use it for prison ships.
They had a whole fleet of them. Look at this. Who's building all these? These are leftover ships from the people that were here, I bet. Because look how giant and massive they are and compared to the other ships.
Yeah.
Even this ship right here is a big one right here. This white one.
These are giants.
These are giant ships for giant people. So this is what they got rid of them all, didn't they?
No, but the wood to make these ships, they either use mahogany or ebony. And you know where all the wood come from? From South America.
Oh, really?
So the Europeans built ships with South American wood. That's another mystery. What?
Yeah, this is nuts. I've never even heard of these things, dude. How long have you known about these ships?
A couple of years. I've done I think I have a folder full of pictures of these ships.
Wow.
I've posted.
I'm literally blown away right now. Yeah, no sails anywhere on these things. I mean, this one's out in the middle of the water, no sails. It's got that pole, though. It's got that technology, and we see that on the Chinese ships.
St. Elmo's fire. I don't know what kind of motor they got in there, but
they don't need it. It's a free energy ship that probably has the Tesla. This is like a DJed column right here sticking off of it. And you've seen these before. I don't know if you've seen them on some of the Chinese etchings. Maybe it's the type of ships you're talking about, but I've seen Chinese etchings of ships that have something similar to this sticking up off of them as well. It's a little bit thicker, I think.
Yeah, just the same with the dragon on the one edge.
It was crazy when they unearthed like some of these ships, not these, but from like they're thousands of years old, or whatever, really old, but they're they're still intact and they're buried, and like how's this not rotting away? It's BS whatever they say, but that the wood withstands everything.
Yeah. It was on the ground.
Yeah.
You think it was rot? It would rot and fell off, but it's still one piece. Oh, that picture there in the corner. Yeah, this one.
This one?
Yeah. Click on this.
Okay, let me zoom in on it right here. Yeah, look at that. That's
There's one on the back. Yeah.
It's very strange.
Antennas or something.
And they tell us Noah built a giant ark and all this stuff, and that one looked just like it. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Who's writing this narrative? Who gave us all our religions? Who created the schisms and divisions between us? Who divided us up into countries and all this stuff? It seems like there was a blueprint that they were following after the X Factor event to restart up society and have it be develop a certain way, like a culture. We're being cultured in a petri dish, grown.
And divide and conquer. I think everything.
Yes.
It's so much division. Religions or whatever, politics. I mean, it just goes on and on. You can see it today. I mean, everything, they just try to divide everybody. And it looks to me that the X Factor, that, planned or not, they took advantage, or that was planned, of the division. Yeah,
absolutely. Whatever happened with the X Factor event, there are certain people, bloodlines, whatever you want to call them, that came out on top and were meant to drive this narrative a certain way, and to not let the inhabitants within our area here to ever venture out without express permission from the people from the other side, apparently.
Yeah, maybe people just got lost in the history. Maybe when we first got here and we were all given the things, those appointed rulers were okay for a little bit, but their sons, maybe they went crazy and went bad on everyone. They didn't remember the true nature of this place because nobody taught them. I don't know.
Well, if you destroy your enemy, and you don't want to ever let your enemy get as strong as they were before and having the knowledge they had before. So after the X Factor, they give us a false narrative on everything. They tell us that all this stuff around us is all natural, geological stuff, all this. They create all these narratives and teach it to us, his story, his lies and stuff. So we never figure out what a great civilization actually did live here, and what type of means and elevation did they have in consciousness. Even whatever went wrong in here, I don't know what went wrong, but something went terribly wrong. It would seem. Now, I could be completely wrong. Maybe it did affect the people on the outside of the ring. Maybe they got melted just like we did in here. But somehow it would seem in most of the stories that have been handed down, true or not, seem to place these people as more advanced than us in some way, form, or fashion. And the only way that could happen is if they had no interruption and we did. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. How do you build these wonderful castles and star forts and buildings if you are constantly at war, defending your territory? You need to feed your people. You need to, if they build them,
And with all this war, all these people dying all the time, who's around enough to reproduce and get another stock full of men, soldiers, and what? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I know Game of Thrones is just a TV show or whatever, but even in that movie, that show, it's like everybody's always battling, and there's always so many people getting killed. There's like, how is there anybody left to even fight?
Yes, there wouldn't be anybody left.
Yeah, and it's like, you got to wait 10, 15 years for these little kids to grow up so they can start wielding a knife and kill. And I don't think knives, that's another thing. A lot of these swords and chainmail all left over from the old world and stuff. I don't feel like knives and swords were meant to slay people in the fashion that we use them or where we've been told that they're for. I feel like these are actually some sort of technology, maybe along the lines of a plasma weapon of some sort. Maybe, you would pointed at something and plasma would shoot out of it. I don't know, but I feel like they were not. If you look at the old swords and the handles and stuff, it looks very techy. Some of that stuff.
Very techy. And I looked about these armors everywhere in museum. You look at these armors, none of them are dented or nothing. It looks like they were just for show. You know, they were parading around with these armor and making a show out of things, because who would wear this in battle? And they have it in museum. You know, they got only one of each. You got not two the same, and it's not even dented or nothing. You never seen battle, you know.
So how would this fit in?
150 pounds or something, or 120 pounds, and then the sword, and then it's so ridiculous. And even the wars, you know, up until whatever, World War, whatever, you know, they're all going out in the middle of the field and they just go down and
front,
shoot. Like, no,
Who
your
would do
instinct
that?
is to run behind something and shoot. I mean, and then they did this for years. And when I was in school, I was like, oh, this is so boring. It is the same shit over and over again. Nobody's learning anything. Everybody's killing everybody. It's just stupid to me.
Yeah, stupid.
Absolutely. So, Shepu, do you want to get into a screen share? If you have your tabs open and ready to go, I can tell you how to do it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, if you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a button that says share.
Share, yeah.
Okay. So, you click on that.
Be right back, Jimmy.
Then it says share screen. You'll click the share screen button.
Share screen.
And then you can see it says Chrome tab, window, or entire screen.
I take share screen, yeah. Entire screen, window, or Brave tab, yeah. My it's Brave.
Okay, so if you want to do the entire screen where you could just move between your tabs very easily, you'll want to click on the box that's in front of you right now. Just put your cursor over the screen thing here and just click it.
Share.
Yeah. And I'll see if you're ready to go with your screen share. It looks like you got it going, so let me bring it up. All right. Now put your, there you go. You did it perfect.
All right.
Yes.
Because I can't see. I wanted to have two screens, but
it's okay. You're doing good.
Okay. I will just go to a thing that I taught. Let's just theorize, you know, that the Earth is made mostly out of quartz and salts and these type of crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of live on top of a big crystal, you know, like the Earth is a giant crystal.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, maybe we can find some pictures of the surface of crystals. So I searched for microscope pictures of crystals. And look, this.
Okay, hold on. I don't see anything yet. I see your screen. Oh, okay, here it is. I see it. It just popped up now. These are salt crystals, you said?
Yeah, that's the surface of a salt crystal.
Wow,
really
dude,
close.
They're pyramids.
They're pyramids. It's pyramids. So I've looked at other kind of crystals. It's exactly like I said. Look, this is surface of quartz, really close. It looks like mountains.
It sure does.
Mm-hmm.
See, another salt crystal.
Oh wow!
You know that is a semiconductor cut in half. Close. Wow. It's like mountains.
Dude, that's nuts.
That's nuts. Yeah. I know. Which one I wanted to show? Look, that's again a salt crystal.
That looks like a LiDAR image I have to show. That's so crazy.
You see, like, look, this is just, they look like coastlines, but this is just water frozen, you know? Like water is crystals too. You know, you can see this is what water, and this is the coastlines, mountains.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything is frequency. That's so crazy. And heat, what is it? Temperature dictates state of matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Just look at it. Wow.
And one crazy, I think you will probably know what it looks like. This is bismuth. Look how it
Yes.
forms.
I know, dude. I love this. Now, if we saw this out in real life, a gigantic one, we would think it was a building for sure.
Do you know what it looks like to me? Like the Indians.
Yes, the step wells.
Yeah, the step wells in India.
Dude.
It's exactly the same.
You're blowing my mind right now.
It's just
I got to get me some of that stuff.
You know, and this is other crystal, you know. This is like a star fort.
Oh, wow.
And the coastlines and it's exactly the same as the Earth. But
so what if everything crystallized and formed these formations because they got crystallized with the heat?
Maybe the whole Earth has melted and recrystallized.
This is why everything's turned to crystal. They call it quartz. Over, like I find straight parallel mortar lines everywhere, and they call them quartz crystal.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a real coastline, and this is a crystal.
Wow, I love this kind of stuff.
It's exactly it.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark. And another one. This is a amethyst surface.
Wow, that looks like some stuff that Davros filmed in Australia.
It's exactly the same, you know. But this was just this is not what I wanted to show, but I just thought of it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, what I wanted to show is this place. It's called Biarritz. In France. It's really a place where a lot of people go to their vacation from France. And it's okay. I'll take from here, so you all can see it. Look at this coastline, how straight it is. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I will show you that all this coastline, it's a big wall. You can still see places that this is a big wall. I
got to tell you, just because we're talking about this coastline, for me, this is a Mandela effect, a geological Mandela effect, because I don't remember that big of a bite being taken out of that coastline. Also, Germany has a coastline now as well before it was landlocked for me. But anyway, just continuing on with this straight line wall here. It's over towards Spain and France, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, just at the border of Spain and France. Because 30 minutes away, it's Spain. But I'll show you that.
Wow.
This is one place. It's called Rocher de la Vierge. And the story is that Napoleon, again, he was going to his vacation there and he liked the natural rock, so he made a tunnel.
Oh, of course.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
You always blame it on Napoleon.
Napoleon.
You got the chisel out.
Chisel out, yeah. So I'll go through the pictures because I tried to put it like chronologically. You can see. I'll go bigger.
That's incredible.
I'll go full screen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see this wall here. You know that I was talking. You can see the battleships. You can see this wall, and it goes all around.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is the other side. You can see
wow.
the wall. It continues, and there are shots that the wall continues all around it. It's just one place.
This is nuts. Why would he even build something? It's no.
No, I know. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Just people looking around. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Excuse me.
Look at this. This place is just mangled. But you can see the wall continues here, and you can see a little bit here. And this is still in the 1800s. And see that this is big down here. Still see the wall. I have so much of this space because I wanted to make a study out of it. Now you can see it here again. It's still there again in the 1800s. People just going there for their vacations. Look, this one is a little bit grainy, but you can still see that. Look, the wall was going all around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I will show you the one that I.
What is on top of that thing? What is that thing on top? That's supposed to be
Virgin Mary statue.
Oh, of course.
Of course, yeah,
Of course.
Of course. There's a painting of it.
Huh.
But I will show you here. Look, you can see there's still a wall here, but these are battleships.
Oh yeah, dude. They're not regular period ships that.
No. It's the late 1800s. This, and they show us that they still use cannons, but these ships have giant artillery guns.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas you can see look, the battleships, the two battleships here are now leaving.
Dude, they are 100% battleships. That's like something you would see in World War II or something.
But look at the wall.
Oh wow.
It's not there anymore.
That's crazy.
But the people are just looking what's going on. Yeah, the wall.
They've doctored these photos and put this fake historical facade over it.
Yeah. I thought of something, that you talk about the Antarctic Treaty and do you know the expedition the first expedition they went to find the Nazis, it was the biggest fleet ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe this fleet didn't go there, but they went all around the world shooting at stuff to destroy the remaining stuff that they found. I don't know.
And
just a theory.
And of course, the Antarctic Treaty, where the whole world agrees upon something, they can't agree upon anything else any other time. But the one thing they all agree on is that nobody goes to the ice wall that's not allowed to. Yeah. And nobody exploits the environment down there or whatever like that. So, yeah, that's very interesting. There's just a collective narrative that is to suppress any information getting out about what's going on down there and what's going on beyond it.
Yeah.
I think they want us to think that there's a dome that leads all the way down to the ice wall, that there's a barrier that we just can't get through all the way around. And it just seems like that's just another rabbit hole for us to go down that leads nowhere, which is where they want us to go, nowhere.
Exactly. They don't want us to go there. So I showed you these pictures. Now I will show you the pictures of today. That's how it looks. They call it the old port.
Huh. Interesting.
And that melted building is just gone now.
Yeah, I'll show you more pictures close up, and you will see what it was building. You can see here, a wall.
Oh yeah,
the wall.
And the rest has slid down into the water.
Oh yeah, it slid down bad. Look at this.
Wow.
Huh. You can see.
Look at that arch.
Yeah, that's the passage that Napoleon dug. And this is the one of the nice shot that you can see. Actually, the wall still there.
That is so interesting. There's a lot of parts of the islands of Japan that look just like this.
Yeah. All coastlines.
Yeah.
All coastlines must have walls embedded. That's the remain of a castle. You look, it's like embedded with the rock. You can't even see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For them to work so hard at this historical narrative, going back to medieval times and the Dark Ages and all this other bullshit, even 2,000 years ago when they tell us Christ walked the earth, it was probably a lot more recent times than that. They definitely don't want us to know what was going on in the past. They're working double time to indoctrinate every generation since the X Factor event with a whole new narrative and excuses for what these things are. This is why we have archaeology. So the archaeologists can explain away what all this stuff is. So we have geology, so they can explain. They started teaching geology in 1869 or 1865 to tell us what these things are. And when there's something like that next to it, they'll bring in an archaeologist and be like, oh, this is a past civilization. And then the next one built on top of it. So they got it all figured out. All the answers are there for us. We don't need to ever, overthink it and actually come to our own conclusions. We're just indoctrinated right into it through school. And they got the nice history books all printed up. We used to have to carry them home every day in our school bags and learn about his story. Definitely not our story.
No, not all.
The archway on the bottom there.
Yeah, you can see here the wall.
It just slid over.
That was all around it.
Wow.
Still there. But I want to show you some piece. Yeah, that's just another.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Wow. So like the tide's out here, it looks like, and you can really see under there and stuff. Wow.
Okay. It's a wall.
That's a wall. Yep.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And this wall there, this is all around the coastline, and even in Spain, the same wall.
Mm. You find those walls a lot along rivers too, and there's just all kinds of man-made canals everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Wow.
You can see it still here. You know, there's even a ridge. You know?
No reason for that there.
Yeah. No. There's
a lot of this stuff doesn't have stories to it. There's so much stuff that's just out there in the wind that nobody knows nothing about, and that's part of it too. That they just deliberately have stuff out there that there's just no information on. No matter how hard you try, you'll never find the information on those sites.
On this place, the only thing they say about this place is the Napoleon thing. You know, it's why. I was trying to find the picture. Oh, look at this one. You can really see the melt here.
Yes.
You see this railing that's supposed to be a passageway, but it's now a field.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great pictures.
Absolutely. Look at that meltification.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. Shit was melted. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
Is that the one I was looking for? No. There's one that is so funny because where is it? That's another place. That's an old archway, you know. Where's this place? Sorry, I just want to show you one picture.
Shepu, I think it was on one of your postings where it was the steps of Aragon in France.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when you posted that, I went nuts. I was like, no fucking way. And the story is, the folklore is that they appeared overnight. I bet they did.
Yeah, that's a crazy place.
And they're giant steps. People have to hold on and take a large step up and step down when they go up those steps.
Yeah, I've seen your video about it. It was this is the one I wanted to show. Did you see it? Did you see it? What is that? What is it doing there?
What is that doing there? You climbed up there and put some bricks in.
Let's get a boat, anchor down, and then some bricks on the side of the mountain or cliffside.
Absolutely no reason to be there except that it was all a wall once.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go on. I have like 1,000 pictures just of this place around because the only way you can have the full view is with people's video from this place.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
From vacation video or something. And so I have a lot of screenshots.
Oh, yeah. You get good stuff when you look at people's personal hiking and vacation footage and stuff. You really get all the good nooks and crannies there.
That you can look at this. Who put that there?
What? Can you zoom in on this one?
Yeah, I have a bigger one. This one.
Wow.
Not that good. But look at that.
On both sides.
That's so crazy.
What? And on the other side, you can see there's still parts of a wall in it. You know, just this place is so crazy. And it, like I said, it goes till the coast of Spain. It's just immense.
Yeah, Spain has a lot to offer as far as even the way their grid system's set up, their cathedrals, their cathodes and stuff.
And see, this is still the coastline, but there's walls that do not belong there, you know. Which one? Again, this is another view from another place.
Oh, yep. You can see all the brick lines. Just this like pancake.
No. Who built this, you know? No reason. It's huge. Look at this person. It's about this place where I had so much evidence that I couldn't stop taking pictures of it. I wanted to show you the other side. That's a eye view.
Wow.
Oh wow!
You know,
look how it melted out and down and stuff.
This place where where's the tunnel and the statue, right here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it all under the water there too.
Yeah. You can see it went till here and all around.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the one. I think it's this one. You can still see like the flat wall right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a better view of this place again. It's another beach around, and you can still see this brick wall still standing. And
wow, look at that. This reminds me of the beach caves of Crete, the island of Crete.
Yeah,
people are all laying out on the beach next to this mountain of caves. Like it's just like just some ancient people carved it out.
Yeah, Crete has a lot of. It's been hit hard.
Oh yeah. You know, the shape of Crete itself, when you look at it at an aerial view, reminds me of some of those land masses around the what would be the ice wall.
Yeah.
In a shape like that.
Again, this piece.
Oh wow. That's so crazy.
The bottom of it, yeah.
With this base. And I put a rock on top of this.
Just like they're just like leave it there. They'll never figure it out. Well, guess what? We did. Look at these steps.
Melted steps.
Melted steps. And still a wall with that has no reason in this place.
Wow, look at that. That reminds me of that island, that supposed volcano, Argashina or something.
With all the arches.
With the lattice work on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Remember? Look, it looks just like it.
Yeah.
Looks like iron coming out of it, but maybe. Or is that? I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah.
Wow, dude. That's crazy looking.
Yeah, those are just slits.
It looks like slits, yeah. Sometimes look around, goes all around.
That's right, because it was all a building.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have some video I got to show too. I rode up to Woodstock, Alabama. So I took, 20 all the way up there. We had to go to the Mercedes shop up there because my husband delivers for them. Anyway, the point is that the rock walls on the way up there are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just all tiered structures.
Look, the wall that I was talking about, you can clearly see how straight it is.
Oh, yeah. Look at how straight it is. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes all around the coastline of this place. I could show you again. Thousands of pictures of this place. This is just incredible.
Yeah, I could look at these all day.
Right?
I already do.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, this one is. No. What is that?
Wow.
There's no
Look
denying.
at that. There's a huge pocket of survival right there in the
That's a
middle.
huge pocket. And you can see that this is the same thing as this, but
Mm-hmm.
where's the rest? Look at the railing. And it goes all around. It was just one building and they built all this on top of it. Or repurposed it. Maybe these are all old buildings. Because look, this is what Napoleon supposedly built for his summer house.
What?
Yeah.
Horse and cart.
This is nuts.
But you can see like this is a remain of I think I got it here. Look here. There's a one remain of it. They say, oh, it's a tower. No, it was probably a stairway to the castle that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, sorry, but this one's better.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You can see this place as I was showing with the wall, but this is on top of the hill.
Stairway to nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I have something
really interesting. I've heard of people finding stairs like these in the woods. Steve's even come across them deep in the woods on off trails and stuff. There'll be like these rock walls and stairs just leading up to nothing.
Yeah, I did. I found some stuff right on an island. In the woods, they were like kind of star forty structures.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I took a couple of pictures, but there was a lot of foliage, so you just kind of see the rocks sticking out.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
This is all the wall.
Yep.
It goes all around the coast.
It almost reminds me of the rim of Mauna Loa, because Mauna Loa is just like that around the rim. It's not deep like Vesuvius. It comes like that, and then it flattens out like where the water is here, all flat out. It's just flat mass of whatever, and they say that's the caldera ring of Mauna Loa, but it looks very similar to this.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can get my video to come up.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready. This one
I
can paint later.
No,
too.
whenever you're done, I'm going to let Mark share some stuff. I mean, I know he's probably got some stuff to show us, and then I'll come up with my on the back end.
All right, I'm gonna just show you one other place.
Mm-hmm.
Say the same place, but you can see like this wall still the original. But as you go on,
wow,
the wall becomes the mountain. And so this wall's all mangled and
melts right into it.
Yeah, it becomes a rock.
A rock, like Iraq.
Iraq.
A rock.
Look, this is the surviving castle that was on the coast. Look how it got eaten by the melt.
Oh wow, yeah.
But they resurface and like they do everywhere,
Oh yeah, they refurbished it and built upon it. They do that in Turkey a lot with a lot of the stuff that's left over and make houses out of them. And there is parts of Spain as well. I just covered a town. I can't think of the name of it right off hand, but it looks like a Cappadocia type of place where the buildings are kind of half in, half out of these mountains. And what they did, they just took pockets of survival and cleaned them up and made shops out of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I got for now. I could show some more, but I'll let Mark show.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Excellent pictures, Shepu. Those are awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Make a video out of this sometime.
So you'll hit the button down below you that says stop screen share, I think. Or if you just click on this, there you go. And then Mark, whenever you're ready and you got your stuff, because I'm having problems loading my video anyway. It was saying
I had just a quick video off YouTube or whatever, just to show the immensity of icebergs, whatever. And I put together just some old boots because I was supposed to do some boots today, and it's your fault, Shepu, that I didn't get to do that. So
I'm sorry.
So, I'll just run through those, and I have a few and I've shown before some of the ice stuff, and I just like y'all's opinion too on those.
Okay, well, when you share it, if you need audio, you have to click that little box that says share audio. If not, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the audio. It's just like a minute or so on the on that video.
So Mark, did you went back to the first place that you show like those really melted bricks? That looks like the one.
You're talking about? That might be the one in Gadsden.
Those black shiny rocks, you know.
Oh yeah, that was actually at a. What was that? It wasn't a furnace. No, it was a furnace, I think, but it was a huge one. I've got a couple of those pictures lined up. Yeah, I'm just gonna. This is just how this one's breaking up, coming on, out of the water or whatever. Let me do this, and it's on freaking Netflix, but.
They show us a lot of stuff in these shows now. I've noticed, even in movies, of how much that they show us that we just don't pick up on. Wow.
That's glacier popping up, or?
Yeah, it's coming out of. It broke apart from the bottom, I guess, and then flipped over. And the thing disintegrate. That's going into it because the middle of it. That glacier disintegrated. It flips back over.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah, these things are just massive. And it flips over, disintegrates. You can see all the blue ice in it.
It's the same thing that happened when the building melts.
Yeah, this right here looks like something like that happened. X Factor just disintegrating.
Yeah, they flip like this and slant and
That is just so mind-boggling when you see it like disintegrate, but yet it still pops up like there's just more and more and more of it.
Yeah. It's not the same face that we saw when it went under, That's the other side. Crazy stuff.
I don't know why I can't get this video to work.
Let's see.
That's okay.
So I'll just whip through some of these.
Yes, absolutely.
I just saw this the other day in Anniston.
Oh, wow.
Just driving down the road, and brick. There's one here, a few over here. There's walls like this everywhere
around here. Yeah.
Yellow bricks, Jen.
What's that?
There's one that's still yellow, And when I found some bricks, I don't know if I ever show you, Mark, that the yellow bricks. Because with all the red bricks that I found, there's always some yellow bricks that still have a different color.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
That was my first brick I brought home was a yellow brick.
they're much more heavy than the red ones.
And they seem to hold up a little bit better than the red ones for some reason. I just noticed that myself. Now, I don't know how their functionality fits in a different capacity to the grid system, but they definitely are there. You can't discount them. I think some of the desert areas that are all desert yellowish looking and stuff could have been these yellow brick buildings that melted down in those areas. Because look at the Grand Canyon. Clearly, that was a red brick building because it's all red clay left over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The blue
Well,
ice.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong too. I don't know.
Yeah, we all could be wrong, you know.
Yeah. We don't have all the answers. Just that, I mean, these got to be buildings. That's all we.
This looked just like what he was just showing in Spain. It looks almost identical.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, huge archway all the way back. You know, you got all this. It's identical. And you got their blue ice, and it's got different coloring right here.
That could be the structure underneath popping out.
Yeah, and when these pop from the bottom or the rest of the building, that's when they start tumping over and all that. Of course, you've seen that, Jen. Just pointing out the everybody's probably seen y'all too, but just the insides turning to mush. It was all brick.
You can see these charred brick, like I was talking about, these black charred brick.
Yeah, the black
it becomes like glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I found a lot of these on the shore where I live, and they say
they call that mica. Don't they call that mica now? And they found that around the pyramids at Teotihuacan and stuff. At the base of the pyramids, they found mica. Maybe that was just a level of melt that the bricks went through that formed that crystallization. You know what I
mean? Yeah. Just like
this Nakalula Falls, Jen. It's down from the falls, but in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
In the water.
A wall. Just a wall. What's this?
That's the front of it.
That's a chunk of a building sitting there in the middle of a creek. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And the bottom of it, I don't have those pictures, but you'll have rock coming out of the building.
It's fused with the rocks.
Yeah.
What's the story on this thing? What is it? Some kind of watershed?
No, I didn't even look it up. I have no idea. It's surrounded by rock, and there's rock coming out of the bottom of it.
That's nuts.
This was on a cliffside, and I zoomed in big time. This was up like 50, 60 feet, and just spotted this archway looking aperture there.
Yeah.
Really good pictures. Wow, look at that.
They just charred brick.
Just laying there on the ground.
Yeah, just laying there. And the back of it, you can see, is even more melted. It's just, and it's all, it goes down.
And you can see all the red bricks all around it.
Yeah, that place is nuts. Just another one of these. Blue ice, it's tilting over. You got brick lines.
Yeah.
Happy penguin. This is one of the coke ovens, and they were all there's nothing here. There are holes with these domes, and then this one was all filled in.
So the mortar's already cooked out, but the brick is still fused together and pretty much stuck up in there.
Yeah, it's expanded because this is not supposed to be here, and it all expanded. It looks like inwards.
Right.
Brick. Yeah.
See, now stuff like this they'll say is a natural feature because it's not. It's damaged to the point where you can't quite make it out. But if it was more together, they would say it was some prehistoric wall that the Mayans built or something. Some polygonal shit.
Yeah. But part of this, it looks like the Mayan structures. And like this, you got rock. This is like rock. And they call this stuff glacier rock.
Glacier rock.
How does it form like this with supposed ice, and then all of a sudden you're getting rock up here? Yeah.
And you can see the straight line.
Straight lines, yeah, on the bottom. It's not working with me here. Supposed mill. I know. Supposed mill in the water, all brick, and you have block. Huge block right here is expanded. Brick expanded, looks like. That was my first melted brick I brought home. And it was yellow-ish. It had a little, it's got a little red.
Yeah. You can see
all the red brick around it.
Yeah, I find a lot of that up on Cheeha in certain spots. These, charred out bricks laying around on the ground, and even in the water source and stuff.
Of course, you got a brick right in the middle of all these boulders and megalithic, whatever.
Yeah, megalithic.
Mark, have you been to that hotel up on Mount Cheeha?
Yep.
Okay. Have you been out to their pool area?
Yeah, I've walked around a little bit, but not recently. Like I said, I told you, I haven't been like around Cheeha. There have been a few places, but since I've been in the melted building stuff.
So up there around the pool area, there's this huge chunk of rock, and all the way down the side of the rock is parallel running mortar lines all through it. It's crazy. Yeah. Right there, right next to the pool.
Wow.
This
is just laying out on this one side, it's perfectly almost circular right here. And then on the other side, it looks like it's been pressed in on both sides because it's not, you can see it right here. And then all this is coming over, it looks like, but you see behind it, this place goes on forever. There's brick past my arrow over here. And this is the Mayan stuff looking melted.
Same type of walls that I was just showing in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a narrative on this one either. Brick, obviously brick. This is the other side of it. Bricks. You can see all the melted bricks. I've got one just like that. I might have picked that one up actually.
Yeah, just like the one you got.
There's so many of them out there. Same place, actually. And you would a normal, let's say normal person, somebody walk up there, like, oh, well, this just, they dropped that in concrete or whatever. And like, no, that's just left there. None of that's moving. You can't move any of that. It's just a shot of that mangled brick there. That just doesn't even look real to me. I mean, it is, but this is in Iceland, I think. You got green over here growing, green. You walk out to this supposed ice that doesn't melt, apparently.
Yeah, the place where the houses looks like it was melted.
Yeah, they're living on the melted building right here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's incredible.
Brick right here.
I've seen this. Where's this at?
This is the coke ovens, that massive place that had 400 and something supposed coke ovens, and they only used
with all this
half of them.
Wow, this definitely looks exactly to something I seen up at Mount Cheeha.
And you have the insides here all mangled. Then brickwork. Here's the brickwork in the background. That's a different place. Mangled insides, still have the outsides. Melted brick on some melted brick.
Oh yeah. You can almost see that mortar line there between them too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right here.
That white line. No, going down the side there, like right between the discoloration area.
Oh yeah.
There you go. I'm thinking that's it. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. I see that a lot up there too on Cheeha. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, the other side actually has, bricks, but hell, there's bricks everywhere. And the inside is just mush, which see that a lot. The end, it'll just be the shell of the bricks. And then on the inside, it'll be mush.
And that's a good example of how some of these windows close up from the inside out. The interior of the building's getting cooked more than the exterior. And then you have windows that close up on themselves, but you still see that ghost aperture, I think Dean calls it, on the outside of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, look at this.
And why would you, they're building right on the clay, they're sticking these bricks right on the clay, and all these are deep brick, and then 0 cents.
Makes 0 sense, exactly. And the only thing they can blame it on is that people were primitive, or they just didn't know any better, or they were in a rush, or it was because of a war and they were fortifying something. It's some bullshit like that, They'll give you well, you're going to go right from geology next to 2 centimeters over to solid brick. This is where these two worlds collide right here: historical narrative and geology and archaeology.
And then you go from brick to supposed slate. Right here.
Slate. Yep. The slate rock. And that all that is pancaked, cooked down brick.
Yeah. Just an obvious melted brick right there. Half of one. This is all mangled, melted together.
Wow. That's like what do they call that? An amalgamation of brick.
Yeah.
And all churned around on itself. Look at that. Go back to that other one. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm going that way. I just wanted to point out this is that sheen black looking stuff.
Yeah.
That you
like
about
glass. Yeah.
And they say these are like volcanic rocks,
Yeah. Supposedly no volcanoes around here.
No. Either.
Yeah, and then this one was crazy. You got perfect brick, just about. It's all heat damage, but and then it expands out, and then you got these crazy, huge bricks in the bottom like
They're
that.
Floating bricks.
Yeah. It looks like that top piece of the wall slid away from the piece that's over here. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it slid over and was starting to come apart from it. Maybe. Wow. Oh. Wow, that's really kicked out.
Yeah, I want to go in there. Just hadn't been back because it goes to the right.
Where's this place at?
This one is towards Columbiana, Alabama. It's about probably an hour or so. Well, no, from your house, a little over an hour. Your area.
My goodness, that's a long ride.
So this is,
but that's pretty cool looking, though.
They say that this is a kiln, Mark.
This one was what's the name of it? Shelby. It's an ironworks. They call it an ironworks. Yeah. And it's huge. It goes in the woods. I spent about 2 hours there. Yeah, this is there too, just showing what's behind this wall of bricks. It's just mangled big blocks all behind it.
Yeah.
This was in Texas when I was briefly there. This was weird. The top, which we see some like this, but the top's mangled more than the bottom.
Yeah, we're starting to see that more and more in different locations where it seems to have arced over and around. Maybe it had to do with some type of tech that might have been up on the upper part of that wall that heated it up more up there and drew the heat up that way. It's very strange, some of this above down melting that took place, and you have the perfect underneath of it's still perfect, but the whole top part's just gone.
Right. This is supposed to be a girls' school back in the day, a girls' academy or something. It's I didn't take this. This is in Birmingham. And this is closed up now, and they said that they built this was a nightclub in the 1940s or something. With a bar, and it's just it's all stone and
you know what, they have that same narrative for DeSoto Caverns. When you go to DeSoto Caverns, they tell you that in the 20s and the 30s during Prohibition time, they used to go there. It was like a speakeasy in there, and all this stupid. It's just
it's so dumb. This is the same place they blocked it off for your safety. They do that. They just don't want you to go in there anymore. See stairs to the right, but I mean, look at this. It's just mangled brick still left, rock curtaining, pouring over, melting over.
And stairs again.
Yeah, it stairs to right into this boulder.
Yeah.
I'll show them that
Wow.
one.
Shit.
It's just an unreal looking shot too. Huge archway. You can see this is melting downwards here, curtaining over. It looks like straight lines. It's like concrete molding or something almost. But again, we see all that with the supposed mountains. This is a supposed ice cave. It's really crystally.
Oh, wow. That is crazy looking.
Yeah. It doesn't seem wet at all.
So why do we think it's blue? And even these other colors that we find in the ice, like sometimes it's a greenish and stuff. What do we think this is? Is this some type of frozen plasma? I don't know. Plasma seems to come up blue sometimes. I don't know.
What do you think, Shepu? I have no idea, really.
No idea.
Is it the ether trapped in the ice itself? The ether, maybe? This is why our sky is blue? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But then the mercury arc valve, when it goes on, is the same blue.
It's blue, dude. Yes, you're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
This is one of the booths. This is supposed to be built. They didn't even give a certain year. They just said early 1870s. Aperture closed in here. Pushing in, looks like. I just love that picture. That was the gas too. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Wow. No, see, this is ancient, and then some other people came along and built the rest of the brick over top of it. That's the way we call it. Oh, wow. I love it when you get pictures like that have like 3 different levels of heat in it, or 4 different levels. That's just, it's so easy to show people that kind of stuff when you got so much different levels of heat damage.
That's a yellow brick, just like this one.
Yeah, this is just like the one I grabbed or whatever. And this was just sticking out. I was walking down. This is like even below that structure, and the water drains here. There's drainage something. But this is just sticking right out. You couldn't even really move this. I could have pulled it out, I guess, but I just left it there. This is behind that structure, and you can just see the brick. Yeah, this just goes right underneath all of this. What they've put all this on top of it, but obviously it's scorched and heat damaged. Right to a golf course, of course.
Yeah.
Just showing here this perfect brick. Basically, it wraps around. I got another picture, and it just goes crazy here. You would never just build all this and then start doing all this.
No, it's impossible to build something with bricks not even.
Yeah.
Different size.
Same shot here, or same part, and then you got irons coming out of it. This is downtown Talladega, Alabama. It's just a spring. They put all this bullshit around.
Oh, wow.
And it pumps out either 10,000 or 100,000 gallons a day. There's 2 of them right here.
And it's fresh water?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, they're saying they probably just tapped into some spring or something, but that's probably an old world fountain left over. It's half melted. It still works. Plumbing's still working.
Yeah. I mean, you can see and it goes down another couple feet or so, and then you can see it's rock. Well, you can't see it in this picture because of the water, but it's just like this, and it goes this way. I don't know where it goes, or that's where it's coming from actually, and then it comes up. And they actually said they used the city used this water it was free until 1920 or something, and then they just shut it down. I guess can't have any more. This is somewhere else. This is in Childersburg, but you can see
that's up near DeSoto Caverns.
Yeah, this is only about 5-10 miles from DeSoto Caverns.
Dude, you got to go back there with new eyes. You have got to go with your family and take some video. Because when you go to DeSoto Caverns, you can go up above the entrance that they have you going in to go to the cavern. If you walk up above on the outside of that platform, there's a little thing that takes you up above it where the original entrance to this building was. And it's
Really?
square, like a fucking doorway and everything. And they sealed it all up. Yeah, you could tell. It's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta go back. But then you when you see this kind of stuff, here's the black right here.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it, what it's turning into. Other people would probably think they just laid all this, but it's all the same. It's from the same time period. Here's that same place. And it does look confusing to not, Meltology eyes, but, you would never put new bricks in between old bricks right here. That would not happen.
Do you remember people in the group said like, yeah, it's the botch brick from kilns. They still use it, but when you ask them, it's the guy who I work with bricks. Yeah, but do you use those bricks that are botch? Well, no, but why because they use them,
Yeah, they always come with that stuff, and then you ask them a question like that, and they're like, well, no. This is a gift shop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
They built, and there was like 3 of these. They built the shop around, the leftover building. Total.
Why would they do that? It's almost like it's in our face,
Yeah, that's how they hide things, right in our face.
Yeah, you should see the historical narrative.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I walked in this place. I'm like, are y'all kidding me? Y'all left this here.
Look at that brick right there.
Yeah,
brick. This is right down the street, probably from you. This is an Anniston. It's a huge graveyard on a hill.
I think I've been to that one. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is in Talladega. Actually, I just found this about a month ago. And the story here is in 1813, soldiers died in an Indian war and whatever. And then they transported them here and then built this pyramid on top of them.
They have these stories for these pyramids everywhere. Like in Scotland, they have a bunch of pyramids over there that are for British monarchies, but they're pyramids in Scotland that are supposed to be memorials to like Prince Albert and all this other stuff. And I'm like, and these are not small pyramids neither. That they're all over Scotland.
They're
out in the middle of the woods and nowhere.
Yeah, you can see the different heat damage here just from these corners. But this is, to me, this is all one piece, and this melted up from bottom up and left that cross.
Wow. What are those, windbreakers?
Yeah. I got a lot of, well, not a lot. There's a few people. Oh man, that's what they do. They put bricks in the, to fix it or whatever. And this is just a shell of the outside right here of the brick.
You can even see what looks like the outer, what is it? The facade seems to have melted in with it too. Even you could tell there was a facade over this.
Yeah. And say, look at this one. Compared to this one, just nuts. Of course, you got that building in the background.
And what they do today is they'll make stuff like this look like this. Like, like if you look up, say if you wanted to put this texture on your wall that's called Grand Canyon, you could look it up anywhere, like, I don't know, Lowe's or something. And it looks like fucking squished down brick, just like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's nuts.
For people that say that, they did a repair job with, but why did you repair with red bricks?
Red bricks.
You say it's stone,
Exactly.
Why don't you put some stone? Repair it with the same type of stones.
Yeah.
But you know what they did? Those I'm talking about, like these old castles that they do repair jobs, but they look at old texts to see what they use, and probably in those texts they say they use bricks. That's why they have repaired it with red bricks, but it doesn't even match.
Right.
Today,
Yeah.
So it's aged or whatever. Yeah. This was literally in the middle of the woods. Huge wall that goes to a supposed mill I showed a while ago, but it's like a football field and a half. Here's the Mayan part of the.
Oh wow!
it goes all the way down here. And there's past this thing right here, there's a waterworks place because there's a river right behind it. And it's old world buildings, brick buildings.
Wow.
And that was it.
Nice. Yeah, water was important in these buildings.
Oh, yeah. It's shooting out everywhere all over Hawaii. When you look at the drone footage of Hawaii, the mountains there and stuff, there's just water streaming down the rock face every 25 feet. Like the plumbing just burst at intervals along the rock face, and it's just streaming right down there. From what? There's nothing up there. Yes, there's vegetation, but it's like a peak. It's just coming right down, coming right down, coming right down. It's crazy.
It's non-stop too. It's been going on for years and years and years without stopping.
Yeah, even when there's no rain, nothing. Even when you go up to Mount Chiha, there's still water pouring out of that melted building.
Yeah. Never stops.
I've been up there 5 days after it rained, and still there's water coming out of it.
I go get my water from a natural well. Not even a well. It's just a spring. And I've been going there since I was young, and it's still pouring every day.
Can you guys see this screen share I have up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from coming back from Birmingham, heading to Oxford, and here along the highway of 20, you can see this rock wall that tears all the way up here, and then there's the vegetation on the way up. This was all a building though, and it's massive, and it runs for quite some time. It just pops in and out here and there along the road. Just let it play a little here. You can see it. I've been to Birmingham quite a few times, but this is the first time I've been back this way to see all of this along the highway there, guys. It's everywhere. And this structure was quite large.
And there's levels after levels like that.
Yeah. All right. So there's that one. And then I wanted to show you guys this one. Let me go over to this video. Here's some more of this rock wall down the other end of the highway, still headed towards Oxford. You can see here it's just kind of sliding down the side there. In the background, you can see it. It runs all the way up the side of that mountain, which it's not a mountain, it's a building. Let me reverse it back again a little here. Go back to the beginning on this one. Try and pause it. See, like right here. Right here, it looked like it was really smooth. I almost thought that they had maybe poured concrete down here to help with landslides, but on a pond. And now this is kind of grainy because I'm looking through a windshield that's wet. It was raining. But it was definitely part of the building. It wasn't concrete that was poured down there.
Right.
You can see it's rock curtained over itself. Now, I know there's a guy called Paul Cook and a couple other people that talk about them covering up a lot of these structures with cement and stuff, just so they don't have to explain them away and everything. And I think to a certain extent that's probably true, but that's not what I'm seeing here.
Right.
Sometimes they say they pour this cement for to stop the rocks from falling over. Like
that too. Yeah, they do have that along here, along this highway on the way to Birmingham and back. You do see that type of structure and stuff that they've done to help keep stuff off the road. But here again is another natural wall popping out along the side of the highway. Here you can see it. This is kind of a short video, I know, but I just came up on it really quickly and I was trying to stop it. But here, you can see the brick lines through the window here and stuff. And this ran for quite a period of time, too. I was just like, holy crap, I got to film that when we're on our way back. Because on the way up, it went too quick past me. So, yeah, they're my videos that I have there. Close that out. I'm going to go over here to this LiDAR stuff. So, I've been looking at LiDAR. I'm still doing a lot of research into it, but I wanted to show you this one thing here. Okay, so Cambodia, this let me get this to move for me here. This right here I thought was interesting because when they took the LiDAR and did it over this ancient site here in Cambodia, what it revealed underneath the vegetation was a 100% circuit board component. And there's just no doubting it. They even allude to the fact that it's very circuit board looking. And of course, this is what we've assumed all along. But when you start looking at the LiDAR, it really drives it home that these things are components on a grid system. Let me go in here and show you this one. So it reveals the intricacies of what's going on that we can't see with the vegetation. And, they're just like thousands and thousands of structures within this square itself. But, the fact that it's on a grid system the way it is, and, the way the LiDAR brings out all the details, you could just totally see it now. And it's everywhere. Even this smaller microchip looking thing right over here with its three moats around it. These are cooling ponds. That's what these are, cooling ponds for these microprocessors here, which are not micro, they're macro processors on this motherboard grid system that we're looking at. And this is the site that we just looked at with the vegetation on it. No, that's not really, okay, there you go. So with the LiDAR, it really shows what's going on. Let me show you this one here. Oh, wait, there was this one here I think I wanted to click on. Look at this one, guys. I love how clear these pictures are on this, too. It should, yeah, there we go. It's clearing up now. Look at this, guys.
Oh,
you can pull out any circuit board anywhere, and you're going to find this same stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It just got all cooked out and muffed up, but even still holding its integrity and form of this, that's pretty crisp and clear edges there and straight lines and stuff around this component here on the grid system. It's just
still
massive.
Connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. I love this stuff. I've just been delving into this. And so here would be a picture of what it would look like in its full glory. It'll clear up for me. This rendering here of what it might actually look like with all the housing and stuff, different buildings and temples and whatnot, which temples aren't temples. These are the major components. Like when you see in Thailand, you'll see the stupas and all that covered in gold. People don't live there. People don't bury people there. These are components on the grid system. Like you see here, this Angkor Wat temple off in the distance here. This is a power plant. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It's not a temple.
Yeah.
And let me see if there's any other stuff here I wanted to look at. Okay, here's Angkor Wat under LiDAR. That's not the greatest one. I can find better ones than that, but yeah, this is definitely a power plant surrounded by a cooling pond at one time, more than what we see, because there is a moat that goes around Angkor Wat, but I think that the inner ring was filled as well. It's all dried up now.
Mm-hmm.
What other ones did I have down here? Here we go. Kind of see this one here. So yeah, whatever's inside this grid system here, these people had free energy. And if they had their crops out here on the component of the green motherboard out here, they probably had no problem growing stuff in very bountiful, large crops and stuff like that. No problem growing stuff. Look at this under LiDAR. You're seeing more stuff here that's hidden by jungle, more components to the grid system that have been X-factored, but they're still there.
Yeah, you can see it.
And okay, so what did I have after this to show you? Let me see here. I had something else I wanted to show you too. The Pompeii stuff. Okay.
Is that the Russian site that you showed?
I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up right now. You read my mind, or you saw it.
There was tons of pictures in there. That was so nice.
It's so good. Yes. So I want to run through some of this stuff. I'm waiting for Steve to join. He should be here soon. But what I want to do is, since we're at 2 hours and 18 minutes, is I want to take a break. need to use the ladies' room, get something to drink. So I'm going to put on a song, be about 5 minutes long, maybe 4.5 minutes, and we'll be back. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. All right, I'm going to play this song, and we'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Right on.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
I don't know if it's funny.
Because of you, we're in this mess. Forever you will acquiesce. How you love to be deceived. Whatever they tell you, you believe. Dead of sight, dead of mind, news believer, you are blind. Critical thinker, you are not. Never independent thought. But stick to your paradigm. Hypnotized with pantomime. Regurgitating all you hear. Spread your terror, spread your fear. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the teeth know your very soul. To listen to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Inject your poison where you're not. All they have to do is ask. Never questioning authority. Blindly following like sheep. Yes or no, sir, free backs fool. You television watching fool. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the teeth know your very soul. Tune into the great deceiver, television watching news believer. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. Extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is 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 extremely dangerous to our democracy. In their world forever locked. Into their world forever boxed. Reality you leave behind. A prisoner of your own mind. Forever you will be deceived. Never, ever to be free. Yeah. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the teeth know your very soul. Tune into the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boot of tyranny, Hindus believer.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Yeah.
Am I back? There we are. Hello, we're back. Smoking a joint.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to get back into the screen share. Steve just texted me. He's kind of coming in on the back end of things, guys. I know we've been on for 2 hours and 24 minutes now, but he does want to join and hang out for a little bit. So hopefully, if you're okay with it, we go a little bit longer. Because usually I cut it off around 2.5 hours, but we're going to go probably at least another half hour, if not another hour. But if either one of you got to go, I completely understand. So I'm going to go back to screen share here. Let me know if you guys can see this okay. Well,
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it's in Russian. I can't translate this, but I did put this up on the melted buildings, mountains or melted buildings, and a few other sites. The pictures in here are quite compelling.
Yeah.
To say the least. And wherever this place is, it's got a lot to offer. Again, you can see the brick lines here, no problem whatsoever. And what was definitely something carved here, which they'll tell you it's carved, but it's actually what's left over of the building. Kind of like Petra, that area there. Like here, everything's supposed to be carved, but clearly it's not. This is just the melting of the facades melting away and the bricks showing underneath of it here.
Yeah, the person that did this site must know something.
Oh yeah, they know. I wish I could translate it, dude.
Yeah. I don't know what he's saying.
And the pictures are really good. They're good quality pictures, no doubt.
Yeah, and shots that I've never seen anywhere.
Yeah. Now we've seen a lot of pictures, Shepu.
Yeah.
I've never seen these anywhere.
Yeah.
But these are my favorite, the ones that actually show the dripification happening and how it's solidified mid-melt. You can just see it running down over itself, over the brick layers. And like I said before, jackwagon geologists call these melt erosion to explain away why it looks like it's melting. It's incredible.
But if you search melt erosion, you got snow melting.
Right.
The first picture that they show you, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Or they'll say it's from water erosion and stuff too. So
Yeah,
here you have we have a giant doorway over here because you can see a person sitting here on the steps. So this is a pretty big doorway right here. And then these ones are janky and down on the ground and because the weight of the building's pushing down on these openings that are starting to get warped out of shape. And you see that all over Petra. It's not like they figured out how to carve lintels and A-frames and stuff perfectly, but yet they couldn't figure out windows and doors. They're always weird and janky looking.
Yeah. But is that... But
look at that.
All filled up.
Yeah.
Well, this is starting to close up over itself. So it's like a big blob just landed here and was piling up and I'm going to close down over itself. It would have been just like what I guess they call them the ghost apertures.
Right.
There's one that's almost closed up. But look at these pillars, guys. Look at them. How many times have we seen things in the sides of mountains that look just like this popping out and stuff?
Always.
And you can see how the brick's churning around itself here, coming warping out of shape. All the way up it too. I mean, all the way to the very tippy top, you could see it. And then up here, you could see what looks like a rock curtain starting to come over here. That would have just come straight down all this.
Yeah, probably the rest already fell off.
This is a good one. I love this one. So, they carved out these perfect pyramidal looking things here, right? But couldn't figure out the doorway.
Nope.
Yeah, they messed up on the right-hand side one.
Yeah.
Chiseling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can still see what looks like a frame coming up here, and then an arch, and then the frame goes back over here, and then yeah, they just didn't get these doorways right at all. But if this would have melted down more, it would have been, they would have said it was just a natural feature with a few little carving holes or whatever like that. But yeah, there's a lot of that one left over. Here you can see it melted away pretty good here. And this brick pattern here, you see this all over these sandstone rock carved houses that they say are in England and everything like that. And they're just melted brick houses, but they call them sandstone now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think here you can see some of the, how it was kind of melting down over itself over here. Coming down. I got to check backstage to see if Steve's back here at all. No, I don't see him yet. Okay, let me go back over here. Okay, so this is one of my favorite pictures because here you have, first off, this ghost aperture here, which is closed up on itself, or maybe it could have been an indent that had a statue in it, clearly with columns on either side. And then, boom, somebody climbed up here and put some blocks in. For what reason? I have no clue, but they felt compelled to put blocks here.
They probably want to write something on it.
And these two look like they're completely fused together and form one long block, right? Which is what would have happened to all these, which is what happened to all this. And then you got the black runny stuff coming down here, which, and look right here. If you look right on this side, guys, you'll see these heat striations. They want you to think that people pickaxe this stuff out.
I know. They got all kind of terms for them in caves and on outside of buildings. It's
yeah, but why just there, you know? If they pickaxe something, they would have pickaxe everything.
So this picture here is the same picture down here, because you can see, you still see these columns and stuff, just like up here. But now you're seeing the heat striations all down here, all the way around here, and all around this doorway. Again, they're heat striations. They're not pickaxe marks, guys. This is what happens at this level of heat. It ripples out and it creates these striations and stuff. And you can see them running parallel to each other. And they'll have people believe that somebody carved this shit out with a pickaxe. It just didn't happen.
No.
Okay, this is a good one too. Look at this. Who put all this brick down here? But up here is all supposedly carved and muffed up.
Dripping down the middle.
Yeah, and this here is closing up on itself. Exactly. It's probably not very thick. It's probably pretty thin, maybe a few inches or so thick, maybe a little bit thicker. Also, there's an orb in this picture. I thought that was interesting. Little orb right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could just see how the facade has melted over itself. This is such good evidences.
Yeah.
I always tell people, if you want to wake up people up, well, you could use this site, of course, but just show them Petra and Turkey. Really is all you got to do.
All you got to do.
Petra makes so much more sense now that I've come upon the X Factor.
When you hear about Petra, they only show you one place, is the long corridor with the only temple. But Petra is a lot bigger than this.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Sorry about that. Just my husband just brought me up something to eat. Okay, so look, again, we have janky, weird looking windows and doorways, but really, actually, they're just warped out of shape from the X Factor event. And I find it interesting, that a lot of the building survives, and there's all these, supposed carved out tunnels and caves, but these are just corridors, walkways, rooms, different. Like if you took this and stuck it underground or had buried it over with whatever, they would say that this was some underground fortress that they carved out to protect themselves from invaders.
What we see there is like the inside of the building. The old building would have continued, but now it's not there anymore.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, absolutely amazing pictures. Whoever put this site together absolutely fully understands what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can see here the dripification of the molding, because underneath you can see the cooked out brick right here. It's all squished out and pancaked, right? But here's the molding itself that's already broken away from here and melted away, but this part here is still running down.
Mm-hmm.
Really good pictures. And then you got a nice little pocket of survival there. I mean, who's climbing up there to carve some steps? Are you kidding me? It just makes no sense.
No.
It never did make any sense. Now here, look, guys. Do you see the brick churning and turning around right here? See how it's starting to look like these striation marks that they could almost say that they're pickaxe marks?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what's happening there. And you can see it all up this building, all the way up it. It's really cool looking, actually.
Crazy.
Oh, and over here, look, on this side, let me scroll over here. You can see where part of it's fallen away in these little niches right here, and you can see brick underneath. See it? There's still brick under there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. Let me look backstage and see if Steve's here yet. I don't see him yet. Okay. Just keep checking for him. I know he really wanted to get on here. He said 5 minutes or so he would be backstage. All right, let me get this thing moving again. There we
That
go.
would be nice. I have something to show Steve.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, look on this side, how cooked out it is over here. These pictures are amazing. Look at how crazy and twisted and turny and pancakey it got all right here. This is just crazy looking.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
And this looks like a pretty huge doorway here, if that's the thing that they blocked it off with. I'm just saying. But again, you see the brick line pancakes here. So I was surmising that wouldn't it be cool? And they probably have found this, but in say if you in the interior of a massive mountain, right, where there's a pocket of survival in there, where there's rooms and chambers and everything's all still there, just frozen in time. I bet there's probably a lot of those out there. It's probably why they don't want you in the Grand Canyon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Too much work to do to get rid of the evidence, so they just block it off, or
So here I feel like this Russian person is pointing out the dripification here, because it's definitely pointing to what looks like stuff melting down over itself. Even all up in here, you can see it. I mean, it's just, you can't deny it. And this doorway here has closed up on itself.
Yeah, what's this? Can't read Russian.
Yeah, I have no idea. And there's no translate button on this site.
Yeah, and we can't tap with our keyboard. These we don't have these letters.
no.
Yeah, no, we don't. I don't even know what those letters are. This is a really good one. I mean, just look at this building. It was just running and melting down like ice cream. Just
Even
like
running
ice cream.
back. Yeah, the
Yeah.
melt. Yeah.
It's just so nuts. You can't deny it. And then, like I said before, it says in the Bible, God melted the buildings like wax. God melted the earth like wax. I mean, look at it, guys. It looks like fucking wax.
Yeah.
And look at these brick lines here around this doorway. Look at this. You can see them. And here, there's even brick right here. There's a facade that's coming over this, but look, that's brick all day long, still in its form.
Yeah. And you can still see brick lines still straight on the other side.
Yeah. Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, this guy's got amazing photos, and they're pretty good quality. I gotta admit, they're pretty good quality. Let me see what else I got down here. Oh, here it is. Here's the brick that's from that Russian Star Fort or whatever it was, because it looks a lot like Fort Jefferson. Yeah. So here you have that black brick, that cooked out like almost glass kind of brick, although I don't think it went glass here, but it's pretty black. You can see it's run down over itself here, and then up here, of course, it's just hanging down from the ceiling. Bricks melt at what, over 3,000 degrees, right, Mark? Like 3,500 degrees or higher?
It's 20. It's somewhere around there. Somewhere around 3,000, I think, 2,800, something like that.
Now, this is very reminiscent to what we see in the cave, in the volcano in Iceland that you can go into and visit and hike up there and stuff. You'll see the walls look like this. And also in other locations, you'll see stuff that looks like this inside of volcanoes. Again, they're like stalactites, or what they tell us are stalactites, or just melted parts of melted buildings.
You said a bunch of ammunition or explosives.
Napalm. They say 1970 something napalm went off in here and cooked the place. Whether that's a true story or not, I don't know. But it went through an extreme heat event that clearly melted the brick.
There is a video that you see flames coming out of these doors. I don't know if it's the real one or they just make a video to show you. But there's a video there.
Yeah. So again, napalm is an extreme heat event, and it happened rather quickly. And this brick, whatever happened, they got it to cool off in a fashionable time to where the brick solidified mid-melt. So that's pretty interesting. So if anybody questions bricks and if they're able to melt, you just show them this stuff because it's all here. The proof's here. That's what clinched it for me, was this particular site, seeing this leftover event.
You know, this place is exactly like the kilns that Mark showed, you know.
Yeah.
The brick has the thing. And
look, no matter how melted they are, you could still make out the brick lines and the brick layers. This is what we're talking about when we see the outsides of buildings, and we're always talking about, look, the brick lines, the brick layers. You can still see it no matter how melted it is.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time. Now, even here, even though it's melted and dripping down, now it's got that black glazy look here because it was really viscous, almost like glass.
Yeah,
but still, it's in those layers. Carbon. Right.
Look at that.
Brick layers, melted brick layers, running parallel to each other all the way down. Glazy, all drippy looking.
Yep.
And then, boom, the heat gets taken away, and this is what we're left with. Again, here you can see the brick indentations that I mention a lot. You'll see these all over Vesuvius, to where the brick outline of the brick is there, but the brick is gone. It's disintegrated. It's just out. But so you get these little indentations, and you'll see those a lot in the volcano, what they say are volcanoes. Absolutely great evidence. And here you can see the dripification just stopped right there, mid-melt. Let me see if Steve's backstage. Let's see. I don't see him yet down here at all. Okay, let me go back over here. This is another angle to this place. Now, some bricks made out. Some bricks survived in here. It's very unusual, but somehow it happened. But again, you can see the rest is all charred out. You can see the brick indentations. Yeah. You can see the mortar lines still running parallel to each other, crystallized.
Probably the burn just fell off. That's why we see the brick inside.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that outer layer.
Yeah.
And look at this wall. This wall here just melted over itself.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Incredible. And down this side of this wall here, it just ran right down the wall, right into that, to mush, to nothing.
It's crazy.
Now here the bricks went vertical.
You can see the flow.
Yeah.
Right. So this was what they would call heat striate. This is what they would call the pickaxe marks. So this is just striations from the heat event. That's why we call them heat striations. But they'll tell you if this was a cave of some sort and you saw these pickaxe marks.
Yes.
And here again, the total dripification of these bricks just solidified mid-melt. It's always so amazing to me to see this. It's just so crazy.
It just stops like that in midair, you know.
Yeah.
This is exactly like wax.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. God melted the earth like wax. He melted the buildings. He melted the inhabitants like wax. Melted is all over the Bible. If you're looking for the X factor somewhere, you will find it in the Bible for sure. Whether it's just some type of description of something else that took place, but dear, it's the same terminology that we use now. We say that this stuff looks melted because it is melted. And, well, who could do something like that? Probably God. I don't know.
Somebody.
Somebody had something going on to where they were able to melt stuff. I'm really intrigued, though, because I feel Flat Earth and Antarctica and the lands behind it, beyond it, play into this whole thing. And, like I said before, they're never going to tell us what really happened. They're only going to feed us bullshit narratives to send us down rabbit holes that we don't need to go down. We have to figure this out on our own. We have to venture out at some point. We have to brainstorm and think tank this out between us and bounce ideas off of each other. Because if not, they're never going to tell us. It's up to us. And yeah, we might get some of it wrong, but I think we're going to get a lot of it right. And if we all just got in our boats and started heading in a direction, they can't stop all of us, can they?
No.
Because apparently there's lots of openings. This is why they tell us that all the countries have agreed not to let anybody down there, not to do anything, all this stuff like that. It's the one thing they agree on. If it was all iced up and locked over, I don't think they would really care as much as they do. But I think there's not as much ice as they're telling us, and there's lots more openings.
Right.
Okay, so this is a good one here, guys. Did they get all this right in the middle, carving it out, but down here they just stopped, left, and went on lunch and never came back?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah. Those are the rookies on the bottom.
Right.
Rookie chiselers.
Right.
You can see that it was melted from the bottom, just like ice cream that you left on the plate,
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And look at how warped out, and because the weight up here is pushing down on all this stuff, it starts to get all warped out. I know they know. They got to know. If we could figure this stuff out, you know what I mean? How could they not see it?
It's the average Joe, can see it. So
I watched these two jack wagons on the side of a riverbank with their little trails picking away at the side of the riverbank, talking about this is a Jurassic period and all this stuff. And there's a park right next to the guy's head.
I think I posted this.
And they make geology look so boring. Geologists. They're like this guy with a beard, no offense to you, Mark. I just mean like an disheveled beard and some weird hat and a side pouch fanny bag on him and a few trails with him or whatever. And it's like, okay, I'm a geologist. And it looks so boring. Look at how interesting this is. Once you really wake up to see what's going on here, it's like, who's carving melted steps? Can somebody explain the melted steps to me? Who's carving those?
Yeah, you would never do that.
And then, you got archaeologists. How do they not meet up in the middle some here and be like, oh, your pickaxe marks go right into my natural geological formation over here. See, there's pickaxe marks. There's a geological formation. So did they carve it or is it natural? And then look over here, guys. You have steps going to what? Nowhere? Melted steps that drop down to what? A foot drop there? I guess. Yeah. I forgot to carve the ladder part in.
To stop thieves for coming up. It's a bring your own ladder.
Yeah, bring your own ladder party. You want to get in, you better bring your own ladder. Oh, I think Steve might be here. Hey, Steve.
Hey, what's up?
Get you in here. Welcome.
What's happened? Sorry I'm late, but what's going on, guys?
What's happening, Steve? Doing all right?
Thank you, Mark. Shepu, what's going on? You're the man, bro, by the way.
Thank you. You are the man too, Steve. Put out a lot of good stuff.
Always
waiting
man,
on you,
always.
buddy. I'm glad you made it.
We got some meltification here.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
We're just more natural formations.
We're just covering some stuff. Oh, yeah. It's always natural. Steve, Shepu turned me on to a bit of information that me and you need to look into. Apparently, there was these massive ships that the British had that were called, what are they called, Shepu?
Hulk prison ships. Yeah,
Hulk prison ships. Dude, these things look like Noah's Ark. They're massive.
I may have
British
seen the Russian version of those.
Russians have them
fly
too?
across the water. Yeah, some crazy shit. I literally just saw that
From way back in
yesterday.
the day? From like
Oh
way
yeah,
back in the
they,
day?
they haven't been used in at least 60 to 80 years. It seems they're in the middle of the
Okay, let me
woods.
look.
In the middle of the woods.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
bro.
I've seen
Nope.
those. You're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Oh,
Couple hundred
those rock
miles outside
formation things,
Moscow.
right? Yes, yes. Okay, let me show. Let me see this Hulk. Let me show you again here what it is because you weren't here for it. Hulk prison ships. I mean, this is it here. So these ships are massive, okay, and they had no sails on them. So nobody knows how they were sailing because they had no sails. They just have this thing sticking up in the middle of them, like a Tesla tower or something. And compared to the other boats, I mean, they're pretty fucking huge. This one here looks like Noah's Ark. Let me show you this one here. It's a convict Hulk prison ship right here.
Huh.
Look at that.
Convict.
Does that look like Noah's Ark?
A couple of them did. Yeah, that's interesting.
Look at this one. Now, these are big ships out here, guys. These are big sailing ships right out here,
No,
right
no.
here. Look at the size of this fucking thing.
This one has no mast. No,
Right.
Nothing. How's it
I'm
moving?
confused.
I'm very
Got a flag,
confused.
though.
Yeah.
It's
Got a
just
flag.
flags.
Yeah. So I think that these are ships left over from the old world, Steve, that the giants must have used because these are way too big for humans, like
Yeah,
regular
I was gonna
humans.
say it must they probably stopped using them because they just couldn't make sense out of it, you know.
Oh, here's the interior of one of these things. Look, it looks like a
Yeah.
fucking interior of a building.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking about, like the whole Titanic thing. I don't know if that's a real situation, but from like what they tell us, the inside of that was really like, you know, Victorian-ish pillars and shit, you know, the good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Stuff
Titanic,
you need
right?
inside of a boat.
Now here's one here. Again, it doesn't have sails. It's got these things sticking up off of it, but there's no sails on it. You know, the other boats have sails, but this one don't.
Maybe they're like
It's so
pushing out
strange.
smoke,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Look, here's
Who
one up
knows?
here too, Steve. See how it doesn't have any sails? It's got these masts on them though, but it's massive, these ships. And they're prison ships. Who the hell, what prisoners do they have? What's going on here? I mean, that looks like a floating city or something, or like a
Yeah,
cruise ship that we have today.
They had rows of these ships, you know. How many prisoners do you have? It's crazy.
Oh, look, Steve, they had a whole fucking fleet of them. Look at how big they are. They're all lined up.
That's incredible.
I know,
Maybe
it's so
we
bizarre.
Maybe we came here with these ships, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a British one. How many people did they say they could put on these? 2,000 people? Prisoners?
I think that's what they say, yeah.
Yeah,
I
something like
remember
that.
I researched
Okay.
it a couple of years ago.
I want you to pay attention here, Steve. These are big sailing vessels right here. These ones
Yeah,
right here.
these are
Look
huge.
at the size of these mofos.
Yeah,
you
they're
kidding
literally. It
me?
looks like there's like 4 houses put together.
Dude, these are for giants. These are giant ships for giants. That's what these are. These are probably old world shit that they say are prison ships. Well, how many prisoners do you got?
Right.
But you know, in the store, Olaf Jensen's story, those boats that they have, they don't have sails either. That
Right.
Yeah.
There's another one. No sail on it. Massive ship. Looks like Noah's Ark. Look at the windows and stuff. It just reminds me of Noah's Ark, what they told us Noah's Ark kind of looked like.
Yeah.
This one's like a party boat. Look at it.
Massive party boat.
Yeah. Drying their clothes.
What's this? Is this an old one right here? Look at this. Is this a real old picture of them?
What? Yeah, probably.
Look, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them at least right here.
And
Wow.
they're on the coast now, you know.
Hmm.
How do you move them? But the one besides looks like they have like wires.
Look at this one. This one looks real. Picture looks real. I don't know. That's crazy. It's so Noah's Ark-ish looking. Like this one right here, this little model of it. I would not guess prison ship. I would say, oh, that's Noah's Ark. Just saying.
How they present it. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
So yeah, this blew me away.
That's crazy.
Never heard of those before. But Steve, what have you been up to lately? Let me come back over here off screen share and we'll talk a little bit because I haven't seen you in a while. There we go.
Oh, I just been hanging out, just doing my thing. Been just been doing some good research, and it's been doing more focusing on like the stuff that's happening like in the skies lately, because it's just been just very very blatant. I don't know if you guys have been getting smoked out with whatever they like to dump on us every day lately, but it's been very crazy up here. Like you'll see the moon and they'll spray right in front of it deliberately, and there's these giant like blue and red halos and shit. And I feel like all of that has something to do with what we're uncovering here, just maybe in different times. Maybe it's a different way of doing what they did back then. Who knows? But it's all just big pieces to the puzzle. So I'm always looking at different pieces depending on the day. And some stuff, like the subscribers are awesome. They just throw stuff in my lap. I'm like, oh, great. Kind of needed that like yesterday, and this is perfect.
Yeah, I love it when that happens. But they tapered off here for a little bit with the spraying, and then they started hitting us hard again here for a while there. I thought they stopped. I was like, oh, this is nice. And then, boom, they're back again.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-3 nights ago, like you're saying, Steve, and it was went outside to piss or something. It was clear skies, bright moon, and then went back and like there was like 3 or 4 right over the moon, like crisscrossing. I'm like, what the hell are they doing that for? But,
right. Even normal people have been telling me like, what's up, man? I'm like, I don't know. Watch one of my like 85 videos. Like we told you what's up for the last 10 years, now that they're making X's in front of the moon, like not even at night. It's like 6 o'clock, the sun goes down earlier in the winter. And like people are still out and about doing their thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's been blatant like this for a long time. Like ever since 2016, when they came out with the solar shield by Harvard, I was like, this is a wrap, because they lied about it for forever up until then. Then they publicly came out, we might start doing this for you guys. And right then and there, I was like, it's going to get to the point where the normies are going to wake up. And it seems like they are now. But I mean, what perfect time for them to wake up for this while they're distracted by X, Y, and Z. It's a tactic they got, like they're just starting to, wake up from the matrix a little bit, and they get bashed on the head with Delta Cron or whatever. It's ridiculous.
It's like they pushed the panic button or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we had them. We had them for a little bit, man, in 2019, and then they were like, you know what, like F it, we're gonna pull the switch, and they did it. I mean, everyone's working on digital platforms now. They're getting their jabs and free coffee for it, and they're loving it, man. The general population, of course. Like,
I noticed when I open up Facebook on my phone, it says Meta.
Yeah,
I saw the Meta stuff.
It's if you look up the Facebook in the market on the stock market, it's still Facebook, but it's traded as Meta platforms.
Yeah,
already. That happened like a couple of weeks ago, right as it was all getting switched over, and just goes to show that like it's corporations. That's going to be the future, guys. Like for the masses, and that's not cool. Corporations are dead entities, and what I look into are dead entities. So like A plus B is C in this situation. It's not too hard to tell.
I hope I didn't cut off Rockfin at all. I got to open up Rockfin and make sure everything's going okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Right now these controllers just follow this AI god.
Yeah.
That they call, they just enter like numbers and stuff in those giant computers, and the computer tells them what the future will be, and they follow it. It's crazy. They're just following numbers and data, and
It's all numbers, data.
Yeah, that's why they call the AI God. That's it's their God. They're following these things. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolute madness. You know, they get most of their most. I feel like they get all of their information from the D-Wave computers that they have wrapping around. And Jen, real quick, now that you're here, little did I know, it wasn't the first D-Wave. The first D-Wave was actually called Orion. You know, the Mighty Hunter, that guy. One of the next D-Waves, I forget which one it was. Either the second or the third generation. It was actually called Vesuvius.
Really?
Yeah, check that out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just listening to some old Anthony Patch shit. You know, I don't really subscribe to that guy, but his stuff on D-Wave is spot on. You know, so and it's very incredible what they are doing, and what's happening right now is a product of D-Wave. How could it not be? You know, like everything has like been so perfect along the way on their end. You know, because we'll think. Maybe not us, but like the general public who are maybe like halfway awake, like the Trumpers, you know, they thought they had them last year, you know, like, oh man, we're calling this out, this, that, and the other thing. But who'd that work perfectly for? The authority. So now the next time you want to go vote, it's going to be digital along with everything else, you know. Apparently they're passing laws in my state where I can't enter X, Y, and Z shops without showing the QR code on my phone, you know. Saying that I got my.
You guys were lucky because here it's been that all from the start.
That's crazy, man.
Nobody can go in anywhere without a mask and show your passport. You can't go to anywhere.
It's nuts.
And I just think it's very coincidental. Yet again, cold and flu season is all among us, and here's a new variant, you know, just like last year and just like the regular COVID, because that came, you know, February, March, right when everyone gets sick, right before spring hits, and you're good to go, because that's the real yearly cycle. The real New Year's is sometime probably like April, May-ish, you know, and that's when everyone's like coughing all that BS out, and then you're good to go. You know, it makes sense. The yearly cycle for your body.
You had to find a reason for all these sick people, you know. There's always the new variant.
Yeah.
Even the
well, they had to come up with the variants. Yeah, because the people who got these boosters and vaccines and stuff, they're all getting these reactions to it and stuff, and they have to explain it away somehow and keep people scared.
Yeah, all by using just words, really. Fear words.
It's very interesting how like a lot of people, a lot of like professional athletes, specifically soccer players all around the world, majority of them under 30 years old, they've been having heart attacks or just straight up just dying from you know, from unknown causes. But little did they know, beginning of the season, they all got jabbed up, you know.
Yeah, first it was a bunch of football people, like professional football players, and then it was a bunch. Now you're starting to hear soccer players and all this other
they're
stuff.
Having literally heart attacks on the field.
Yeah.
Imagine that 30-year-old, like healthy. I mean, if you're playing soccer, you know what I'm saying? You're running for 90 minutes. You know, you got to be in great shape, and you're having a heart attack. Come on. Yeah. You know, the same year all this gets rolled out. Come on. 1 + 2 is always 3, guys.
Yeah, the last thing you want to happen is like your pilot flying your plane to suddenly have a heart attack mid-flight.
You know?
You know, who knows what's in those jabs, you know? They say like graphene or something like that. But when it's like a small metal particle, you know? When your blood flows really fast, it cuts you everywhere, you know? They kind of die of 1,000 cuts inside their own bodies, you know, making these blood clots. It's crazy.
Yep. Absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness gracious.
You know that
Steve, go ahead.
The last show you did with I think Steve and Jen, you talked about these you know, Illuminati cards.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. One thing I don't know, because I own one.
Nice.
One set of Illuminati cards, you know.
Okay.
And all those, and most of them, I do not have the cards in this game.
That's interesting.
This one is first edition, the 11th printing. It's written right here, first edition.
Wow.
Printing. You know, in 2012. It has been made in 2012. But the funny thing is that there's the pamphlet inside here, but it shows that they have like 3 different type of games.
Oh, okay. So that's probably where some of those cards were from, though.
Yeah, probably from these 3 different, you know, the Bavarian fire drills.
Right. I'm gonna say they still fit the bill.
Because most of the one that we see, I don't have them in this one. It's crazy. Found this in a thrift shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it has all the cards with it. It was completely intact.
I opened the package because the box was open, but the cards was still wrapped.
And how many cards is in that box?
That's 1 packet. There's 2 packs like this one. Like 2 packs, probably I don't know, 200 cards. And you can see that they are really more like game cards. You know.
Yeah.
And you can see some that you showed, but most of them, because they're not just like, you know, those with the that look like more like magic cards, you know, with the border and I don't have these in this set. You know, the other ones like this, more like this, you know, assassination.
Oh yeah.
You know, bribery.
They got them all in there, don't they?
Yeah. So just wanted to say that
they have the earthquake machine one in there.
I think so. This one I got. You know, look, Democrats.
Oh yeah.
Evil genius for tomorrow. I don't know. Is it Bill Gates? I don't know.
Could be.
Attempt to control, neutralize, or destroy the mind of people.
Looks like Fauci.
Yeah,
probably Fauci.
One of the two.
With his white lab coat on over his suit.
He looks like a raccoon.
I can't stand that.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
Fiendish
fluoridators. Yep. Because they know exactly what that shit does to us.
Oh, like this one. They even the one you can fall off. The ladder that you can fall off. Look, the boat is falling off. That's what isn't flattered, you know. That's I like to call it more like level dirt, because if you say flat, then people think, oh, where's the edge? Where you gonna fall off? Come on, people.
Right, and you know, clearly there's nothing beyond that edge, right? That's what they want you to think.
If there's even one edge, you know.
So did you say you have that map, Shepu? Have that PDF or that map downloaded?
No, you cannot download it, but you can go see it online. Full. It's called. Just make a search for Urbano Monte map.
Can you do a search for it and we can bring it up? Because I don't even know how to begin to smell it. Listen to me. Spell it. Because that is just so intriguing, and I really want to get the link for that. Maybe you can eventually send it to me in a message. Because like I said, I don't know how to spell that, and I probably would spend all day trying to look for it. But anyway, Steve, this map shows the ice wall not having ice on it. That it's all land masses, which is probably, you know, more melted buildings, but, you know, with cities and all stuff and all these openings along the ice wall, which is, it's not an ice wall, but color. It's like all colored out and stuff. And one of the continents is all green. It's pretty amazing stuff. And it's from like 1600, I think it is, Shepu, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 1600.
Yeah, say I've seen some older maps that depict Antarctica without ice, and they're these were like a while ago when I was just doing flat Earth research.
No, it's
so
it said 1587.
Yes, I've seen this. This is beautiful.
Yes. So we want to look, all around the edges there.
There's like monsters everywhere too.
Shit. Yeah, different types of animals and stuff. Now, see, that one right there is white. That could be the white part of Antarctica that they show us that is covered with ice. The other land masses seem to be green and stuff.
It's really big.
Look at that thing in the sea. What is that?
Yeah, right?
Wouldn't want to run into that.
No, thank you.
He's going for this boat.
Yeah, he's done.
See, there it looks like regular land again. It's not like that white color.
Yeah, their name is Terra de Vista. There's a name for it too.
Wow.
Centaurs.
Is that like a mountain range running through it? It looks like that line.
All around it, there's a mountain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a building.
It's the Great Wall of China. I mean, Great Wall of Antarctica.
Well, you know what's funny? I remember when I was like doing my initial like Antarctic, like flat Earth, like type research. I remember running into videos that were like pyramids in Antarctica, this in Antarctica, and I always just like kind of blew it off. I'm like, yeah, right. Like you guys are smoking crack. Now I'm like, huh. Like, if Antarctica is, as they say, one giant mountain shelf that just plateaus up 2 miles, I'm like, yeah, that kind of fits the bill for what we're talking about.
That's a big opening.
There's a spot missing. Looks like they cut it. Probably goes further. I don't know.
And I feel like depending on the time of the year, that spot will be in different places.
Probably,
an opening,
Yeah, because you know what? On one of these maps, I remember seeing some of these islands float and move.
Yeah.
Clearly, lots of openings. This would make total sense why they want us to think it's a frozen wasteland. There's the King of Poland's island.
Imagine Poland. And where is Poland from here?
Way up there.
Way back there.
And this shows a lot of the North Pole stuff, too, on this map. I can't wait to really get this site and really delve into it.
This is the place. It's David Rumsey Maps Collection.
Uh-huh.
And it's the only one that have this quality of it.
Well, when you have a chance, you copy and paste that and put it in the chat for me for Facebook Messenger, and I'll look it up
in the private chat on the site.
Not on the site that we're on the Facebook one.
Okay, on your okay.
Yeah, that would be cool. Look at this, guys! Wow, openings everywhere though. It's just like every
monkeys.
You
see how you can zoom in and still it's nice,
Wow.
Yeah, that's nice clarity.
Yeah.
Again, it's all ice free. I mean, how did they know all this? How did they, they had knowledge.
Giant cyclop.
Many? Have you counted how many openings there are on this map? 1, 2, 4, 5. Can't see the bottom. 6.
Yeah, here it's.
Is that 7 or 8?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8.
Didn't it say something about 8 portals, like in Book of something or Enoch or something like that? It says something about. Or is it, how many is it? Do any of y'all know?
Yeah, maybe Steve.
9. It's something like that. It's 7, between 7 and 9. We can call it 8.
Yeah.
But yes, I know exactly what you're referring to, though.
Yeah, that was just a observation.
The
Can
name
you
is
zoom in?
also the infinity logo.
Yeah. Where?
Oh, can you zoom in on the center, the very center north? And let's look at that chain around there and the what they have for the Axis Mundi. Wow.
They got it.
Nova Zembla. Tell me
It's
if you,
amazing how the inner circle looks like the outer circle as well, you know?
Right.
you know, this growing land, but here it's called Terra Verde. It's like green land.
Uh-huh. The other one was Terra Vista. This is Terra Verde.
Yeah,
Wow.
this land.
That's incredible.
You know, it's written what? Parallel.
And there's the openings there around those continents. You can see that big opening. There should be 4 of those, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4 here and 8. Well,
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
yeah, there's more. I think there's more than one language in here. What is that? You know, that's not the same type of letters. Yeah, this map
So
is
the Olaf story, the story about Olaf and his son, I forget what the name of the title is for that one, but he went up through one of those openings.
Smoky God.
Yes, the Smoky God. So he went up through one of those openings there between those land masses. First, he was sailing around that outer ring, and then went in.
Franz Joseph Land. Where is this? Just north, right here. It's not here. I can't see.
Is that a giant bird? What is that? Scroll back in.
Unicorn?
No, just scroll back in right where you just were. Just scroll in. It looks like it's sitting in the middle of the water there. It looks. Oh no, it's a landmass. Yeah, I thought. Oh, it's a ship. I thought it was a bird.
Ship,
The top of
Okay,
it
it's a ship.
Yeah.
But look, this is the pole.
Yes.
Pole stone. Pola de magneti. The pole. The magnetic pole. What is this? Looks like they were some kind of other landmass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like an outline of something that used to have been there. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like something that shows up every once in a while but recedes or something.
Yeah. Aragon.
Is that King Aragon? His steps there?
Yeah, maybe there's that. And there's it doesn't say the Mount Meru or something like this.
Yeah, they got that star looking thing there. Kind of looks like a giant star fort.
Could be. Literally, but they put it on every compass. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not the only map that you got in here. The same map with different. You can go see like a different section of it. You know. It's the same map, but made differently.
Oh yeah, so it's cut in sections, and you can really zoom in. That's really cool.
Even more, yeah. But
This is incredible stuff. I love how it's colored. I mean, you don't really find these maps colored like this. I mean,
is it the video? I don't know. No.
Oh wow.
It's just turning. Yeah, it's moving. But this one, this is the first one I saw. That's an old one.
Wow.
With other details.
Maybe like a original expedition, perhaps.
Yeah.
What's that circle within a circle down there on the lower left-hand corner? It looks like that starry heaven stuff from the 9 Circles of Hell, Steve.
The sun and the moon and.
Yeah, that's what that is.
You can say it's the planets because.
Yeah, I think they're showing how the starry heavens work above this particular.
They're showing what causes the eclipse. The eclipse de la luna.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
it's not. Let me see. There's something that blocks the light.
Wow.
It's the middle of the plane.
Oh, you know what? That fits into that Russian dude that you were showing Steve with the disc. Remember the disc?
It is.
And he
Wow.
said that there was something with those eclipses or something. He said, remember?
Yeah. You have to send me this website as well, please.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll post it.
Now, what's
Holy-
that
I'll send you
circle?
the
What's
link
that
on
showing?
Messenger.
What's this circle here showing? Oh, the winds. I think these are the winds.
Dei venti, the winds, and Cagigion, I don't know. De la Frezza, no, I can't.
Wonder why they have letters on them like that. What does that mean? Is that their initials? Is that like, I mean, what does it spell something? What is all this? That's interesting.
Yeah. No, I couldn't say.
Huh. But it's interesting that they're faces, you know, like as if they're like, you know, they're beings of some sort that are controlled, like the winds. The angels control the four corners of the earth, the winds.
And there's something written in all of these quarters.
Oh, I can't wait to delve into this thing.
De la Sicilia, de la Calice, you know, it's from something. Again, this one, Eclipse del Sol. It's solar eclipse.
So the other one was a lunar. This one's probably the solar one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can see the black object in the middle, huh? Look at it.
Oh, yeah. The black sun, Steve. It's the black sun.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Incredible. Within
and they say that's what creates the phases of the moon, too.
These are the cardinal points, you know, north, east, west, and south.
I think that the Russian guy was trying to say that the phases of the moon is created by this particular black sun as well.
But look, and this one is...
Oh, that's a little more detail.
Yeah,
it's like they're more...
different looking.
Of lands and something else in the middle.
It was like the star on the other one, except it's like smashed looking.
Yeah. With gold and blue, I don't know.
Can you go back to the letters in the bottom right-hand corner in a minute?
Yeah, they look. It looks like it's not even the same paint. Looks like something has been added to it.
Right, on top of it.
Yeah. Steve, what do you want to?
To the letters in the bottom right-hand corner that were with the winds.
These letters?
Yes, I just want to see if it pops up anything in an anagram.
Maybe that each winds add a name.
It could be.
Yeah. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, no real words found, but interesting. Yeah, it could be the names. Very interesting map for sure.
Yeah, it's absolutely
I've seen
incredible.
old maps with Antarctica having land and not ice, but nothing this intense.
That's what I'm saying, Steve. I think that they're faking the whole ice thing as far as now. I'm not saying there isn't parts of it that may be covered with ice, but I think they're showing us false photos. I mean, none of us have been there. We don't know. They're just giving us these pictures of government sites set up along some snowy bank of some place, or, the cliffs of the ice cliffs of Antarctica. But I mean, how do we really know? They don't let anybody pass the 60th parallel.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like they're only going to Antarctica like down past Argentina. So like, what if I wanted to go to the ice wall leaving Hawaii? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna happen because I'll probably run into you're saying passage, maybe real land, or maybe still like snowy land but not as cold, or something that's not gonna fit their narrative.
Right.
There's another map I wanted to show. Can't remember where I put it. Just 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Yeah, it's so intriguing, this whole theory of, we understand we're on a flat realm, but what's beyond it? They want us to believe that the dome comes down so far that we can't penetrate it. And maybe those rabbit holes were put there to deter us from realizing that there is a way out of here. The dome only comes down so far in so many sections, but there's other sections where it's open. Why else would Jim Carrey have gone down to Antarctica when the election was happening? Why are all these important high-level people traveling to Antarctica at different times and stuff? Who are they talking to down there, or over there, I should say? Are they meeting up with the people on the other side, getting instructions what to do next?
Remember Armstrong when he went down there? He started tweeting that crazy stuff. Like there's like a dark old evil that's gonna come up out of here or something.
I remember that. That was high strangeness.
Yeah, that was just after John Kerry, Mr. 322, was hanging out down there with the Pope.
And then that Russian Orthodox priest went down there, a few other high-level Hollywood people and stuff. Now, I was explaining earlier before you got here, Steve, that it would seem there's a book called The Iron Republic, which is a detailed story of a guy who left New York in the 1800s with an expedition down to Antarctica and went through one of these openings and got to the land beyond the ice wall and met up with these people in this continent that was like super advanced. Now this is back in the 1800s, right? But these people were advanced to where we are now, where they had motor cars, or electric cars, no horse and buggies or nothing like that, flying vehicles and stuff. So it would seem that there was no interruption in their development, whereas ours, there was an X Factor event here, and we had to restart. You know what I mean? That's why we're behind.
Well, that could be like a retreat zone, perhaps.
Yeah.
Inside, who knows?
Now, if this was 100 years ago, this story, imagine, we always say that these people are 100 years more advanced than us and stuff. Maybe a lot of the unidentified flying objects and stuff like that coming into our realm is from outside of the ice or the ring, whatever you want to call it. Crazy stuff.
I had a folder with these. I can't find the file. I'll try to find it in the My Maps folder where there's thousands of maps.
No, it's good stuff. I love old maps and everything. It's so intriguing. Even this bird's eye looking straight down at our plane, they would have had to have been pretty high up to get that all right. You know what I mean?
Bird's eye view maps? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow, you have a lot of maps.
Yeah, that's what
no shit.
I made a folder with strange maps, but I couldn't find it. I thought it was in that folder, but it's not. Oh man!
Crazy how there's so many.
There's this one. Look at Antarctica.
Yeah.
Full of places.
Oh yeah.
In Phoenicia.
And it always goes around like that, yeah.
But that's not the one.
Yeah, they've lied to us so bad, guys. Just so bad on so many levels. Clearly, the people on the outside don't want us to know about them and their existence outside of here. They don't want us there. Now, Admiral Byrd has a story of when he went down to Antarctica and he encountered flying craft, and they pretty much got their asses handed to them and sent them back, limping back to the States.
This is the one I was told you with the, look, there's a fence all around where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Zoom in on this. What?
You see, these are controllers are looking through the fence at us,
That's crazy.
Within here, gardening, a new way, the new way of gardening. What kind of gardening are you doing?
Wow.
It's dated 1616.
That reminds me of like the Garden of Eden. Like, are we the garden? Are they growing stuff in here? Are we the culture that they're growing in their petri dish ring here and stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, look at the middle. The middle, where this is South American pyramid right here. What it's called?
That's crazy.
No?
It's massive.
I can't remember the
What
name.
is that? Is that a statue or is it like supposed to be a landmass?
I think it's supposed to be the goddess of the earth.
Okay.
You know, right in the middle of the equators.
Even to get a map like this, to have that kind of a view, to get all that right. I mean, it's just.
I think it's. Do you know Tikal in the pyramid of Tikal?
Yeah.
It's
That's
right
right.
here, right there. This is the place it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That gate there with those people peeking through the lattice.
Yeah.
That's probably who they went to talk to, and they said no bueno, and then Hillary lost. Knock this off.
I have one more map to show you, and this one, I think this one only show like the European parts, but it's crazy.
Is this a moon map?
No.
It looks like a moon.
This is just Europe, and this is Africa.
Okay, I gotcha. So what do you think of the moon map and what they say about that? Some people think it's a reflection of our plane. Do you see that at all with the moon maps? I don't know.
Well, it could be. It needs a more looking into it, but the moon could be a reflection. You know, it reflects everything. Why could it reflects like a mirror? I don't know.
Look at all these
see all these
cities.
castles? You see all these castles everywhere?
Yeah, dude. They're everywhere.
Look, just in Africa, it's supposed to be a desert here. Like Egypt is here. You see? It's full of castle now. It's just nothing. But I want to show you one place and tell me what you think it is. Because when I found this, I was wondering, what is this place? This place. Look at this. What is this? It's like a gate of something.
Oh, it's like a gate to somewhere. Yeah.
I tried to search this name, this thing, and I couldn't find anything.
Maybe it leads down to the underworld or something.
Yeah.
And where's this located on this part of the map? What would this be?
I think Siberia. This is like China. Chatao.
Of course, China's got castles all over it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can see, is it like White Russia? And there's like Black Russia, Rosy Russia. Yeah, you see that Dnipro Russia. It's full of castles.
Well, now we know where these drinks come from. White Russians, Black Russians.
Yeah. You see, some are really big. Not like they show one or what. Shambhala, you know, it sounds like Shambhala.
Shambhala, yeah. That's India.
There's like a bridge over
Siberia.
Wow, there's just castles and cathedrals everywhere.
Everywhere. You know, India. We already know.
Look, you're going to have to send me your file of maps. I'm going to be like overdosing on maps and stuff here in the next few days.
Yeah. It might take a while to download.
I spent hours and hours looking at these maps. You see, and even here, you got it.
I'll be doing my fervent heat impression with my magnifying glass.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've gotten maps for days and days.
Days of maps.
Yeah. And I even got these a lot of bird eye view maps. That, like you said. I've got lots of them, and they're pretty. Like you said, they had to be pretty high and stable to be able to draw all these
Yeah, with all this
You know?
detail. I mean, it's not like it's just chicken scratch. It's everything.
Yeah. You know, this one was like a Halifax one, and look at the details. You know,
What?
the guy just
Oh, this is like an etching? Yeah, this is crazy.
yeah.
Star Fort. Wow.
Yeah, Star Fort, all the cities.
Grid.
Yeah,
Wow.
the grid. There's some pretty interesting, like these of the expos. This one at the Seattle Expo in 1909. And you can see all the old buildings.
Wow.
And they show you how they did it. You know,
What is that?
an airship.
Yeah.
Look back there. There still are some castle in Seattle. What? It's crazy.
That is crazy. Look at that.
There's so much to look at in these. It's so much detail. You must have took a long time. What? Because I know how to draw. I know how long it take for doing things.
Oh, look at that grid. Is that New York? What is that?
Chicago in
Okay.
1852, they say.
Wow.
And you can
That's
see,
insane, dude.
you can see all the windows, you know.
Dude, you probably see somebody in a window brushing their teeth or something in these things.
Almost. Look at this.
What?
And it's all red bricks.
Dude.
Yeah.
This is so crazy.
It's detailed, you know. In
Yeah.
the boat, you can see every part
You
of
see
it.
the captain of the ship, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no, not anyone can do these kind of maps, you know.
You know, Giovanni Battista did 1,080 etchings in his lifetime. Now, etchings, you know, they got to etch that into this thing and then roll it across the paper. But it's unbelievable detail and stuff.
They got to etch it in reverse too.
Exactly. It's impossible when you think the staggering amount of etchings that this man has. And not to mention that Giovanni Battista translates to John the Baptist.
Yes.
So, what's that about?
I said, wow. Exactly. There's one I want to show you of New York, not this one. Bedloe Island.
Okay. Yeah, I heard of Bedloe.
But, it's the one without.
Oh my gosh.
Look.
Wow.
Wow, that's insane. That is insane. I've never seen this stuff.
No statue.
There's another one on the other side. You can see the fort that the statue I think is, no? I don't know.
Did this one have a year on it, Shepu?
Probably 1875. This one.
Okay.
Wow.
Huh.
Where's that in New York? Is there a place you want to see? Boston? It's near you, Steve. Look at this obelisk.
Yeah, huge.
Incredible.
Just mind-blowing. I mean, that's like a real picture.
Yeah.
And what's with that tower? That obelisk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the obelisk? How does it call the Michelle L show? What was it in
for Boston? That probably is it. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Who's making these bridges and stuff?
Yeah.
That's one, like Port of New
Same
York.
people who are carving melted steps.
And now it was there or there. I don't know. But, yeah, I could share them to you, send them a couple.
Go back to that one you just skipped over. Two back. Right there. Look at that. That's like a picture. I mean, look at how clear it is. This shadow, like.
But there's a lot of pictures that they took the picture and for not to fade, they draw over it. They make like postcards and things, but they came from real pictures.
Wow. That looks like Spartanburg.
This is
Right.
Iowa, I guess. IA.
Wow. Yeah.
The ones to New York now. I think where I've got this is Toronto. Is there a place you want to go see?
You got them all.
Yeah.
Wow.
But New York has a lot of them.
Yeah, New York is totally gridded out.
Yeah.
You know where's the Statue of Liberty? I don't know.
Oh yeah, do you have the Statue of Liberty in there? Let's
No.
see where that's at.
There's no Ellis Island. This and look, there's no statue there.
What?
It was in the other one that you showed earlier.
It wasn't the other one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it on the right island? Where was it in the right location? Or
It's supposed to be this one, no?
Yeah, I think it was that one.
Okay, yeah, that's where it's at now. It was on Ellis Island.
Yeah.
You know, my mom's been to the torch, but she remembers it on Liberty Island. That's so freaky to me.
Yeah, Liberty Island is like Beto Island, what they call the
Right.
today.
Bedloe, yeah.
Okay.
Which are all man-made islands. They're not natural.
Mm-mm.
Look at that thing.
But what? This?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really old. It's supposed to be really old. How can you do this without being up high? You know? It's 1575, they say.
Huh.
Shit.
And probably you can zoom in and see every parts.
That's nuts.
Again, this place is it still there? This fort in New York?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they said the Statue of Liberty is on a star fort. Maybe that's when they were building it or something.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
This one.
I love this picture. This is San Francisco.
Yeah,
you can zoom in on this sucker.
Just before the event.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's after this one.
Right after, but look at it, dude. Look at this building right in the front here off the bay. Look at how modern looking this port looks. It's just unbelievable looking.
Yeah. Look at these steam ships.
Wow. Huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many people they took away with these steamships or bring, you know? When you see them coming into San Francisco after the event, they all come from here, I guess, on this road right here. Yeah, the video that
yes, right down to that tower thing. Yep, that's incredible. Now just think of all the clear cutting they would have had to do to set up this city. I mean, that alone, and then you know what I mean. This had to have all been here.
This is the widest angle I've ever seen on a camera.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
How can you? It's crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah,
picture.
they said they were up in an airship when they took this picture. But I just love this picture because I just zoom in on it and just study every little nook and cranny of it. It's just so interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's high quality picture right there.
Yeah.
Can even zoom a little bit more. Sometime I put it then in Photoshop to clear all the graininess and things so we can see it clearer. Because I almost work every day with Photoshop, doing pictures, and it's New Delhi. Some are more recent.
Everywhere you go, it's all gridded out, already all there. 1500s, it doesn't matter. Look at this. That's cool.
Animated one, yeah. It's crazy.
I like that.
And Pittsburgh has a lot of aqueducts and stuff, you know.
Right. Oh, look, this shows you the buildings around. Wow.
This is where I'm from. It's my town. I live here. You know, Ottawa is here. I live right here.
Okay.
You know, but I have found you look at this place, you know, like the ridge. It's up on a hill, and in every cities, everywhere you see, there's a star fort on these places, you know. There is none here, but I have found old plans that there was a star fort right here, but nobody mentioned it anywhere. I just sent this picture on the group yesterday. Someone posted something from Ottawa, and I said, yeah, there used to be a star fort there. Again, look, this fort in New York it's really...
This is in New York?
Yeah.
And what year's this?
1879.
Yeah, and the bridge is all done and everything. Look at that.
Look at
That's just no way. No,
Minnesota.
And all these places have had, now has New York had a great fire? Because most of these places have had those great fires, like Chicago and San Francisco and stuff.
There was one in my town.
Everywhere, Jen. Yeah.
Wow. So this
The
is
whole
Niagara?
world burned down in 1812, apparently.
Yeah, and it was a cow, a cow that kicked a lantern. What?
It was a monkey in my town, but yeah.
Was it a donkey in your town? Yeah, to me, it's a cow.
Now, I don't remember a great fire of Philadelphia. I'll have to look into it, but I don't recall.
I think there was one in Philadelphia, yeah.
Yeah, even if there wasn't, Jen, they wouldn't even need that narrative because the Revolutionary War happened there, you know, and fucking Civil War, they say. So, yeah, those are all just cover stories. You know, you look at the Civil War photos, the ones that are actually real and genuine. It doesn't look like I got hit by a bunch of cannonballs and a bunch of rednecks. No, it looks like a bomb went off somehow, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know,
where's this at?
I'll show you. You look at the statue. You remember? The Boston Centennial Exposition.
Dude, that's nuts. So that's that biggest building that was built at the time, I think. Yeah. The square footage and stuff, right? Yeah. That looks like Bella Island a little bit. Remember Bella Island?
Yeah.
That looks like that structure on there.
Yes, exactly.
So big.
Looks so techy from like a microchip standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Home here. So crazy. Look, even...
Yeah, their stadium stuff there. Yeah, it's all components.
To make those car race, you know,
racetrack thing. Yeah, and they got their gold dome.
Yeah. And
the wheel.
Yeah, you got the wheel.
The Ferris wheel. Yeah.
And these mansions. No, they didn't build all this. You know, it's crazy. In a year, less than a year, they say.
Dude, I got potholes outside that are 5 years old.
Right? Yeah. No kidding.
Incredible building. Look at the size.
There was no shortage of skilled labor, apparently, just everywhere.
Yeah. Not like today. It's hard to find someone. These young kids that they're good with their hands.
Yeah.
And this one, Philadelphia Exposition in 1876.
Wow.
And again, they show you.
The airship balloon, yeah. What is it? 1870 something you said?
76.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we see
Horse and buggy. Imagine that.
Yeah, they were busy.
And this painting of Versailles. You know, we all seen that.
Yeah, that's a complete circuit board right there.
Yeah, look how far it goes in. Yeah, this is, I don't know.
Have you looked at Chambord? I know I posted a few times on there. Chambord's just wow.
Built on a huge platform, but
and a huge platform, that man-made canal that leads all the way down out away from it and stuff.
Yeah, probably was already there.
Yeah, there's canals running all through France. I guess that was their highways.
Yeah.
Look at how big those ships are.
These ships are crazy, these steamboats. But, you know, when they start moving, this thing doesn't do anything, but they roll, you know, with the water. So they're probably creating energy while moving.
Some vortex, perhaps.
Yes. But just turning like a turbine. Because if you have steam, you know. This is what propels the boat, these big wheels. Or these big wheels make the energy to propel the boat. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Hydraulics, hydroelectric.
Yeah, just like a big alternator or something. Yeah, you know Richmond? Like our Hornet.
Richmond, Virginia?
Yeah. It was all white. I have an old painting, a picture that showed like Romans building all around, you know, it was already there.
Uh-huh. All right, well, listen, guys, I'm going to wind this down. We've been on for almost 4 hours, and I had a really good time. I can't wait to look at all this map stuff. God, I'll probably be up for days just looking at it.
Yeah, you're going to have me on maps now, Shepu. Appreciate it.
Nice. There's a lot of things to find in these.
Yeah, you have quite a collection there, my friend. Quite a collection. Absolutely. You have that downloaded on a hard drive, I hope, or something.
Yeah, multiples.
Right.
I have multiple hard drive and CDs and yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on with us. I want to thank you so much for coming on with us. I really appreciate it, and I'm so grateful that your first live stream interview was with me. And
you're the first one who asked me like a year ago or more.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta have you on. I texted my husband. Actually, you texted me, and my husband was with me, and I'm like, oh my God, Shepu got internet. We're gonna set up a show. And he's like, wait, what? What's going on? I'm like, I asked him a while ago. He was moving and doing all this stuff, didn't have internet. I was like so happy when you texted me that, and we just made it happen. And Mark, thank you for also coming on with us. I had a really good time. Steve, I'm so grateful that you were able to show up and hang out for a little while.
I was only around for an hour, but it was a sick hour, so I'll take that. Good stuff.
Definitely. We got to do this again, guys.
Yes, thanks, Jen, for letting me come on too. Great to see you, Steve, man. Shepu, thank you for creating that group.
I'm glad we had to talk, Mark, and this not be the last time.
No, definitely not.
Dude, I remember when there was like 18 members in that group.
Yeah, now we're up to 18,000.
I know, yeah. I tell people that. They're like, yeah, right. I'm like, yeah, go F yourself.
We're waking people up. Waking them up one melted brick at a time.
For real, though.
There's less and less bad comments. Everybody find it really interesting. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we're going to do a show one day where we're going to call up geologists and historians and archaeologists and fire them all.
Yeah. Tell us how erosion can erode, water can erode hard rock.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll take their melt erosion and shove it up their ass. All right, guys. Well, let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing, and we will see you again soon. I'm sure me and Steve's going to be getting together here soon and do something on maybe his channel or something. I love you guys, and I'm going to get out of here. Just don't forget to send me that in a text message, Shepu. I'm really looking forward to looking at that map.
I'll send you all these links. You too, Steve. And Mark,
Thank you,
if you
man.
want it.
Appreciate it. You guys are the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Continue what you're doing. You're the best.
Thank you, man. And Jen, hit me up tomorrow. We'll go live for sure.
Absolutely. No problem. All right, guys. Thank you. We're out of here.